Okay, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. So far, it's just me and Yoshi here. Not a lot of people joining right now, so hopefully that gets fixed soon.
Yeah, sorry. I'm slightly distracted at the moment.
Well, I was slightly distracted just now because the video wouldn't pause.
I was
Started
asked
hearing
to make
myself.
a Hong Kong 97 reproduction cart.
What?
You know that horrible game, Hong Kong 97?
Yes, I just didn't hear the beginning of your sentence.
Yes, I'm supposed to make a reproduction cart of it, so I was trying to find I sent a message to a guy I know that makes repros and can do labels to see if
Mhm.
he can make a label for it.
Yeah, that game is fascinating. In a limited way, but fascinating.
Yes,
The things people make in those just weird homebrew, not homebrew, but you know what I mean. Those weird bootleg type carts.
yeah,
Yeah, I can't think of much to talk about. This is why I wait for people other than Yoshi to join before we go live, because neither of us can think of anything to talk about. You see any news or anything, or play anything?
mm, let's see. Have I played anything? Rocksmith.
Oh, nice. How's that been going?
Uh, I was trying to learn Sunshine of Your Love by Cream last night.
Hmm.
That's not an easy song,
I would
especially
imagine.
when it, huh?
I was gonna say I would imagine not, even though I'm having a hard time recalling that specifically at the moment.
Well, it's an Eric Clapton guitar riff song.
Hmm. I'd know it if I heard it. It's just not come to me.
So that was it. It's too bad I don't have a guitar sitting next to me because I could just play the riff easily. That can be fixed, but then I have to like get up and walk across the room.
I don't need a reminder at this exact moment, Yoshi. I can look it up later, or it'll come to me again as we're going.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Hmm.
Just yeah. I do like how Rocksmith will start you off quite easily and like, okay, here's a couple of notes of the song. Let's see if you can play that. Then eventually it's just like, here, have the whole difficult, here, have the whole song, and you're just like, what? So it's like Rocksmith is good, but at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know. To me, it's not the same as like sitting in the room with a guitar instructor and having like a one-on-one lesson. Which, if you really, really want to learn and get good at guitar, that's kind of what you're stuck having to do. Because they can tell you a lot of things like how to properly do string bends and just how to like, you know, they can like look at your playing and go, okay, you're doing this wrong. You should try doing it like this, yada yada yada. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed games like that didn't take off more because it just seems much more interesting than Guitar Hero and things like that.
Well, Guitar Hero is fake plastic crap. Where you're sitting there going clank 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 clank
Yeah, it's a glorified like
rhythm game.
regular. It's yeah, well, it is a rhythm game still, but it's like a glorified version of rhythm games that we had already had.
Yeah,
I'm, I don't mean to say that it wasn't a good idea at the time and it wasn't fun. It's just having an actual guitar and having like learning the actual instrument just seems so much more interesting.
yeah,
I get it from a casual perspective. It's just people got their rooms cluttered up with so many instruments, they might as well have had real instruments to begin with.
yep.
But the cost would definitely have been much worse.
Well,
Like in
let's
terms of if it came with a real guitar, even if it wasn't a very good guitar.
well, if we look at Rocksmith, Rocksmith does come with, you can get Rocksmith in a combo pack with a real guitar. However, there's a couple problems with the guitar. because I was
It sucks
looking
and
at.
it's expensive.
Yes, they cost about $200 new for the pack, and I was looking at one today, which I could have bought for $80. It was a PS3 version where I'd never played the disc. So I was basically looking at the guitar for $80 plus another Rocksmith tone cable plus the strap. And looking at the guitar, I can say that that guitar is pretty rough. Out of the box, the way this one was, the neck seemed okay. So the neck was decently straight. It had the proper relief, which, if you guys don't understand guitars, half of this is going to be like gibberish. But, um,
Just
you
go over the
know,
basics of it.
yeah, so the bridge of it wasn't set properly. So you had a very
Mhm.
high action. So you had to press the strings down very far at the as you get closer to the body of the guitar part of the fretboard, you'd have to press down really far in order to fret a note and make it make
Basically,
sounds.
more pressure than you would want is required.
Yes. Um, Also, I noticed a couple of things like the intonation wasn't great. The build quality of the guitar is not great. Is it a real instrument? Yes. Would I recommend someone start with that guitar? No, because it's just going to turn you off playing guitar, and you're just going to have a miserable time with it.
It's a
Um,
good. It's good as a start, as opposed to like just doing with Guitar Hero. You said $200 for the pack with the guitar.
yes,
Even for a
yes,
crap guitar, that's not bad. Considering the
yes.
considering the
Until you
cost of the
factor
game
in,
plus components and the guitar, even if it's a bad guitar, if you're just looking for basically glorified rock band, which
yeah,
I think that contradicts my previous point about glorified Guitar Hero before, but whatever. It's just like it's a good thing to have as a video game controller and also a gateway into a proper instrument.
yeah. But at the same time, you have to factor into that price tag. A lot of them go for about 140 bucks used. If you can find one for like under $100, it's a great deal. I
I'm talking
passed
about
on
when it
it.
was new.
Yeah. So new, the thing you'd have to realize is new. You'd still have to take that guitar out and take it into a guitar shop and ask them to set this thing up for you so you can actually play it properly. Because I met a lot of people that like if you go read online reviews about the one with the guitar kit, there's a lot of people saying that the guitar is near unplayable.
Hmm, that
Which for any
makes sense.
seasoned guitarist, it probably would be. Or anybody that's had a guitar that's actually set up. So if you want to
Yeah.
learn guitar, one of my biggest suggestions is probably using Rocksmith is try to find a used copy of the game with the Tonesmith kit, the tone cable, then go to a local music store and buy a cheap used guitar. Because you can probably get a
Or a
decent,
pawn shop and then just get it set up.
yeah, so you can probably get a cheap used guitar properly set up for under $100. And you will get a lot more mileage out of that instrument than you would the guitar you get with Rocksmith, and you'd pay less overall.
Yeah, fair enough, but just in concept, not
It
like
was a good idea.
it was a good idea, and I can't imagine Guitar Hero or anything like that was that much under $200 when it came out with a
No,
guitar and all that.
no, it wasn't. But anyway, even for the $200, you get it with an Epiphone Les Paul Junior model, and the tone cable, and a few picks, and a strap, and the game. Which, by the way, I think they were selling the game brand new with the tone cable for like $80 or $90 or something.
Yeah, take a little
So
bit of a loss on the accessories.
yeah, well, the accessories are dirt cheap accessories. They're
Yeah,
giving you like the cheapest of cheap straps, the cheapest of cheap picks.
even then.
Everything in there was cheap.
Yeah, even then,
Yeah,
as a
uh,
starter kit with a video game, not
it's
too
great.
bad. It,
It's really good for that.
that is provided the guitar is playable.
And the
So
one I
if
saw,
not, then not
so
great.
this is out of a like sample of one, which a sample size of one is not a very good sample size, regardless of what you're doing.
You don't
Um,
say.
but this from the one I saw, in order to get that thing playing properly, I would have had to shim the neck, um, shim the neck or replace the entire bridge system, because the bridge was just, you could not lower the bridge enough to get the action where it needed to be.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure the truss rod probably could have used adjusting, but the ways I know of checking that, this neck seemed okay. So, yeah. But for now, if you're trying to get into Rocksmith, my suggestion would be is buy a tone cable off of Amazon or eBay. You can probably get it for under $30. Wait till there's a Steam sale on a Steam sale for the 2014 edition, or you could probably find the 2014 edition for your console for dirt cheap, just the console game itself, because they can't sell it very easily without the tone cable. Or you might be able to find a combo pack with the tone cable used for like $30 or $40.
I think we're going a little too into the weeds on this.
It's okay. But yeah.
You don't have to stop. You can finish your point. I'm just saying.
But yeah, that's it was like, go find it used. And then,
Yeah.
as I said, go to a music store and buy an actual guitar.
Yeah, it's
so
good.
You end up with a decent instrument.
Yeah, it's good now as a companion to learning guitar.
Yep.
It's too bad it didn't do better when it came out. Because that would have been a decent tool. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just take that idea and make it into teaching software, honestly.
It kind of is teaching software.
I know, it's like teaching software with a game attached to it.
That's basically what they did with that. It's like buying an interactive tab.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, after it didn't work being sold as a video game, they didn't just take that idea and sell it as guitar lessons, like digital guitar lessons.
That's still a good idea. I think it did kind of work as a video game. It just kind of also faltered out really quickly.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I'm surprised they didn't take that shift and like market it more towards people who were already interested in playing guitar, rather than people who were looking for another Rock Band game. It was a good idea, but the wrong audience. Got a lot more out of Rocksmith than I thought we would have. But did you just fall asleep or just stop paying attention?
No, I'm responding to messages.
Okay, just making sure.
Hmm. Yeah.
Sorry for anyone going back on the archive. There's just nothing going on right now for this.
Let's see.
No one in the chat. No one on Twitter. No one clicking the link at all. Oh,
Yeah.
these things take a while to lead up anyway. I'm sure people skip around.
Yeah.
The 3 or 4 people, maybe at most, that listen back to these.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. Let's see. Just trying to think of something else to talk about. Because most of what I've been doing the past week is, playing guitar and doing stuff for school.
Yeah, I think I could probably stretch and talk about Anthem a bit, but there's nothing really there you can engage in, and we're probably going to talk about that later when more people are on.
Mm.
I can say, though, that the links went up 10 minutes later than planned because it was a bad idea to think I could play a mission in Anthem in 20 minutes.
I don't even know what this is, but
Modern video game, you don't really have to care.
they make those?
Shush you. But it's but
I'm sorry. You should have expected that by now.
that's fair. That's why I said like there's not really much you can engage in with it. But it's the early access period of the game, and just for your context, it's the early access period of it. It's like one of those live games, kind of like Destiny or Warframe and things like that, where it's kind of based on just being upgraded over time and being always online. But the day one patch hasn't dropped for it yet because it doesn't come out until Friday, but there's early access to it depending on where you go. So I've been playing it a little bit, and they're going to fix the loading issues in the day one patch, apparently. But as it stands right now, woof. Just, it takes so long to load into anywhere, and there's so many loading screens. I understand it's going to get fixed, but as it stands right now, saying, I have 20 minutes, I'm going to play a mission in that, was a bad idea. I couldn't even walk around until 10 minutes had passed.
Turn it on and go get yourself a cup of whatever it is you want to drink, and then come back. And then twiddle your thumbs for the next 5 minutes.
It wasn't a matter of boredom, it was a matter of limited time, and I shouldn't have decided on that before starting the Hangout. 20 minutes was not enough time to play a mission, is what I was getting at.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, the game's hit or miss right now for me. I've only played a few missions. Like, I literally unlocked the social hub in the mission that I completed before coming on here. So I am not very far in. Like, I met the villain in that friggin' mission. I'm only a few in. Deej, I have no idea what you're on about.
I'm not even looking at the YouTube chat, so.
This is my shocked face, Yoshi. Hey, Oz.
Hello.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how about you?
Doing well. Nice. This week at work is a lot slower, so it's nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Not a lot of overtime.
Yeah. And here's me just, wanting to be done with college so I can actually go work.
Yeah, but then you'll miss all the time that, you have holidays like yesterday where you don't actually have to
No, we don't.
go to work.
Speaking of holidays, Derek posted something in the chat that utterly confused me, but it turns out it was a Home Alone reference, which I haven't seen in a long time, so that makes sense. I said woof when talking about Anthem, and then he made a quote from that.
It took me a second to get that.
Yeah. I was like, I have no idea what you're on about.
Correct you. We didn't have off yesterday. I just didn't go to school because I didn't feel like it. I am the most bored in college I have been since I started. As in, I'm literally taking, no classes I give a shit about.
Because they're required, right?
Let's see. Most of them are required. One of them is not required, and I picked as an elective because I thought I was going to be doing a video converter type thingy for my final project. I'm no longer doing the video converter because I don't feel like paying for HDMI licensing fees, which are like $5,000 a year.
That's ridiculous.
So now the course is useless.
Well, you'll learn something, and you can mark that up to something that, I can totally forget this when I'm done with this.
You mean like almost everything I've learned at college so far?
Yep. Pretty much it, yep.
Because my current plan is to finish up college and then start a tube guitar amplifier company. I want to make the amplifiers. The loud amplifiers. Can't afford tube amp? Build own tube amp.
It must go to at least 11.
I'm going to make it go to 13.
I was gonna make a joke like you'd really blow him away if you made it go to 12.
Finder already did that, so I'm gonna go to 13
Okay. The
and have
one-upmanship
it get
continues.
like exponentially louder after you get past 10.
No, just have it so it doesn't actually have an upper limit. It just dials around.
Yeah. Make it like a shower nozzle where you turn it and like you think you're turning it a tiny bit, but it's way hotter than you wanted it to be.
What, at the high end?
Yeah, when it goes from 12 to 13, increase like 200 or 300%.
Yeah.
Yes, if it wasn't for me probably using potentiometers to do this, I would love to do that. That would be great. That would be an awesome way to put a volume knob on there, and it would be just amusing.
Like
Unless I put like the 12 to 13 as like a switch.
It's like a really expensive novelty buzzer.
Although I have a feeling my 30-watt tube amp is going to be louder than my 100-watt solid-state amp I have.
It happens.
Anyway, tubes are just louder.
I'm going to segue off of the guitar talk and college talk and ask Oaz how he's been doing other than the good pace of work this week.
Doing well other than that. Slammed the last couple weeks, so didn't have much time to do a lot of anything and almost nothing. But good otherwise. I wish the weather would decide what it was going to do.
Yeah, it's going into Slushville here right now.
Yeah, it's cold and overcast and raining here, and then tomorrow a little bit more of the same, and then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it's supposed to be in the mid-70s.
Let's see. It was nice here a couple days ago, and then it got slowly colder and colder and colder. And tomorrow we're supposed to get 5 to 8 inches of winter crap, as in snow mixed with sleet, turning into ice.
Good stuff. That's why I don't live up north.
And my college is ready to cancel classes tomorrow, so I'm like, yay! At the same time, I'm like, boo, I don't get to go to my guitar lesson this week because I'm not going to be able to drive there.
You got 2 feet.
That's a long walk.
Leave early.
Okay, I could leave at 7 a.m. and still not get there in time.
Then you might want to leave now.
If only.
Not worried about it.
Hey, buddy, can I come crash on your couch, buddy? Yeah. So, I've thought about playing games this week, though.
You've thought about it. That's
yeah, and then pause, and I was like, I'm thinking about it now, and it's as far as it's going.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to play anymore.
Yeah,
I started Octopath Traveler like a month and a half ago. I like that game. Much different than my original opinion on the game, which was this looks like garbage and I don't want it.
And then you played it and it wasn't as you originally thought.
Yes. This seems to be a recurring theme today.
Yeah. I was giving him some light crap about some stuff in the music section of the Discord where he just responded to a link someone sent that he wasn't interested with no.
No. The reason I responded with no was because I thought it was going to be a rap cover of the song. And then I clicked it, I'm like, okay, they're actually playing the song.
Yeah, the part he left out is they clicked on it a week later. And he was like, oh, that's not as bad as I was expecting. And it's like, that was really delayed. Do you play anything?
Yeah, I started playing Rogue Legacy again. And had a lot of fun with that, other than, what was it? The first night I played, the computer decided it was going to have memory issues and crash and corrupt my save file and the cloud save file.
Oof.
So I had to start over, and I think I got all that worked out on Sunday. There was somehow or another I didn't get the October update for Windows 10, and it caused issues.
I thought they made you do those.
That's what I thought, but
yeah, it's like they make you do them no matter what you're doing, no matter how inconvenient, unless it's one you need, and then you can get to it whenever you want, and then something goes wrong.
Memory crash, not like this.
Where's my phone? I took pictures of it because it has I saw the blue screen of the death several times this weekend.
The blue screen of the death.
We should make that into a song.
I was going to try and make a joke about that being a Windows version of Castlevania.
The blue screen of the death?
Yep.
That would be a good metal song.
See, he's so sad. Look, your computer has problems. You failed. Yay!
You were working on your homework and blue screen. You were playing a game and blue screen.
Just make it like a parody cover of Trogdor, and you got it.
Yeah, like chun 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 chun.
Blue screen.
Nothing but like E and then A and D. Yeah, I should probably write that real quick.
Yeah.
That would only take like minimal effort on my part.
Yeah, like the hardest part about that would be looking up the lyrics to Trogdor and changing them out.
Yes. Because I don't have to get the music quite right. He's like, just like improvise that and just have a bunch of chugga chugga E.
Yeah, I think getting the music right in terms of Trogdor is pretty loose. Side note,
didn't even have music.
Side note for like song parody stuff. I was thinking about this the other day, and just like you think about random shit, and you're wondering like, how in the hell has someone not done that for like parodies and all that? It's like I think I was like listening to something about Queen, and I'm like, how come no one has taken "We Will Rock You" and turned it into "We Will Walk You" and make it about dog walking?
So, how many blue screen pictures do you have? Because I'm actually thinking about turning that into a video.
At least 3. Yeah, I got 3.
You know, just have a picture, someone typing on a computer and then blue screen.
Yeah. Whereas I have 0 pictures of blue screens of death because I've never gotten one because I'm on a Mac. I only get the slow down freaking beach ball of doom.
Yeah, you have other problems with Mac. Like, don't spill anything on it. Ever.
I think that's just a problem with technology. Do not get wet.
I don't know.
That's exclusive to
Don't
Mac.
feed it after midnight or any other time.
Yeah.
Let me just feed my laptop real quick.
You
must be thirsty, laptop.
I'm sure some people's children have had that exact thought process. The laptop must be hungry. I know they've tried that with VCRs and peanut butter sandwiches.
Game consoles.
I've seen that a few times.
So, you know, like, what was it? I once heard a story of a guy who runs a game store who got a PS3 in from someone and they said it didn't work. So he took the PS3 apart and they found Oreos inside. And the guy's like, well, your console doesn't work because you have Oreos in the disk drive. Are they supposed to be in there?
What do you think? I think that's when you're like, sir, you don't deserve to have this.
Generally, what I have found repairing game consoles is the majority of people, not trying to be mean, but the majority of people playing game consoles have no technical background whatsoever. They don't understand anything. It's just the magic box that plays games.
It's supposed to work. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
It's not unfair. It's just, it's true.
And how do I put it? I modified a Turbo Duo for a component video, shipped it home to the owner. He's saying that the power supply isn't working, which, okay, that I told him how to troubleshoot easily. What I haven't, the other issue he's having is it's not working with his TV. And he said the Xbox 360 works with his TV. And I had to tell him that your TV may not accept 240p component video.
At which point he just glazed over.
Yes. I haven't heard back from him yet. I probably will hear back from him in the next few days. So I basically asked him.
Still Googling that.
So I basically asked him to try it with some other TVs if he has them, because that may solve the problem. It may not be any issues with my end, because he said he took the. I'm assuming it's probably one of those newer Vizios or something like that. Because he took the one of the component plugs out and left the green one in, and he got a black and white picture, which tells me the component board is probably functioning fine. Just his TV can only see 240p composite, not 240p component. That or something got dislodged during shipping, which is always a possibility.
Yeah.
So
I can see that with lower end TVs like the Vizios, them just not having that functionality because they don't think most people will use it, which is fair enough. But
it's actually pretty true.
Yeah, it's most TVs probably don't have that now.
Because I know a certain cable company has issues with this all the time. The cable company will remain unnamed. I'm not on good terms with said cable company anymore.
Does it rhyme with Comcast?
No.
Because that's the one I hear most often.
Or Cox Cable.
No. Let's not go into it. I don't feel like talking about the people I have grudges with on the internet.
That's fair.
I'm mostly at the point where I just want to move on, and I'm trying to transition away from the video game console scene, because I found that people, how do I put it, the majority of people who play video game consoles are not willing to spend money to make it worth my time for me to work on their consoles.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I totally goofed on what you meant by cable company. I heard cable company and thought television.
No, they are a company that makes certain cables for your game
That's
consoles.
what I thought.
I didn't think you were talking about TV, but I went straight from cable company to internet provider, not a company that makes cables, which makes much more sense in context.
Nothing wrong with said company's cables. I just have issues with them based on some of their threats.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mean to go into that. I just kind of missed the mark on the reference point.
Anyway, I'm at the point where I want to phase out of the video game market and into the. I'm probably going to move into the guitar amplifier market, work on repairing and making guitar amplifiers instead.
That's on brand.
Because, let's see, $50 console. Can't charge more than 10 or 20 bucks to get it fixed, or they'll just tell me they're just going to go buy a new console. Compared to $1,000 guitar amplifier, someone's going to be willing to spend a few $100s to get the thing fixed rather than go buy another one for $1,000 or more.
Yeah, that makes sense. People that are really into guitars are used to having to spend money on higher end stuff, so getting it fixed for a couple $100, not too bad.
Getting a guitar amp fixed that's worth $1,500 fixed for $500 is better than going and spending another $1,500 on a guitar amp.
Oh yeah.
And especially if it's a
I
vintage.
sense more guitar gobbledygook coming, so I'm gonna go get more water.
But anyway, if it's a vintage amp, the chances are they're not going to be able to find another one easily anyway. So there's a good chance they're going to want to pay to get it fixed. I'm basically going from a repair field where I can barely make anything, which I'm basically just able to do as a hobby and nothing more, to trying to move to a field where, hey, I could actually turn this into a job if I felt like it. And since I have an engineering background, I could probably design and make my own amplifiers.
no plans to get a job at a manufacturer for a few months or a year
Possibly,
before you go that route?
possibly, only because I might not have enough income or money in order to do that. Rather go work for some manufacturer and then work on guitar amps on the weekend for a while until I can manage to get a name out there for making the guitar amps and selling them. And then I can just do that full time and be happier. I don't know yet.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Or I can just ask around and see what guitar amp manufacturers in the area there are.
Yep. Because if there's not much in the area, either you've cornered the market or there's no interest at all.
I mean, but most of the time I walk in a music store and all you see are the name brand type amps.
Yeah.
Which is normal.
Yeah, people are more likely to buy the name brand.
This is true. Anyway.
Yeah. Did you have more to talk about game-wise, Oz, or because I think we just kind of got off onto a different tangent there?
Yeah, I mean, I played Rampage on the Master System with my wife yesterday, and we beat it. And I used the trackball for the Master System.
You really like that controller.
Well, someone in chat was like, "You should play that with the trackball." I was like, "Oh yeah," so I did. Worked out all right. Hey, after beating East with it, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I can't imagine that was easy to do. No
I still
pun
want
intended.
to get the Master System version of Ease, but I have a feeling it's not as good as the TurboGrafx version.
Yeah, that's like saying, I want to play the least technically proficient version of this video game possible.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's the only East game I've ever played. So
yeah, not a slight against the Master System specifically. Just saying,
there's
other options with Ease specifically.
Yeah, well, I didn't know it, but there's the East 1 and 2 collection that they released on Steam.
Yeah,
coming out yesterday, or the day before. I was like, oh, it could be interesting, but then it's like, I don't know if I want to play it again so soon. It's only been a month or so.
Movie trailer audio. What are you talking about, Musty?
I will warn you, though, the newer Ease games are less like the old Ease games.
That's generally how video games work. But yeah, they did change quite a bit. I think it was the 6th one that kind of ushered in the modern era of them.
About, yeah.
Okay, so apparently some movie trailer was playing over the conversation, according to Musty. That may have just been on his end. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't hear a movie trailer. So.
No idea.
Was it for a good movie? Something coming up. What is it? Next month is Captain Marvel.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by that. A lot of the trailers aren't fantastic, and I mean that in the sense that they don't really showcase the movie all that well. Because I saw one of the TV spots that dropped, and it was a lot more fun than the other trailers had been. It's like, okay, that's the movie I wanted to see. Why didn't you show me that shit first?
Because they don't have to show you anything, and you'll still go see it.
Fair enough.
Because I'm in that boat. I'm like, why are they spending the millions of dollars to have it show during the Super Bowl when they could release it and be like, hey, we're just gonna show this on YouTube and it'll get 15 million hits in a couple days.
Yeah, it's like, we're just going to show you Samuel Jackson looking disturbingly younger than he should be, playing with a cat. You'll go see this movie.
Which I'm guessing the cat's going to not be friends with him at some point.
That would be amusing.
No, kitty.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The flying segments they've shown off, like the combat with like in space and all that, have looked really good for that movie. I can't believe they went full space Mohawk with that character design. Like, they took it right from the comic.
Well, and it may only be for a small part of the film, but who knows?
Yeah, like during the space combat.
All right, there.
But it's like, I can't believe they didn't like modify that design. They took it right out of the book, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, well, Marvel does a pretty good job of doing fan service. So
yeah, but usually it's like they'll take the comic book design, but make it more kind of grounded looking, not necessarily like more realistic, but make more sense in a tactile sense. But I guess her suit was already kind of like just kind of a flight suit with a helmet already, so not really much you needed to modify there. I'm glad they're not doing her original costumes. That was a bad time in comics.
I'm not familiar with those, so
they put out a statement. It's like, neither Brie Larson nor Kevin Feige wanted to do the bathing suit costume. They actually made a joke in the comic. There's a Captain Marvel used to be Ms. Marvel. So it's like the Ms. Marvel costume that they're talking about. But there's a new character that took over the mantle of Ms. Marvel, and it's like, I don't want to be just like her. And it's like, okay, so her president's like, okay, you'll be just like her. And they morphed her into like a weird, gangly version of her wearing that costume. It's like, this was a horrible decision.
I guess at least they can poke fun at themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, between that and Endgame, it's going to be an interesting time comic book movie wise. There's a lot of comic book TV shows coming out right now too, and good ones. Like Umbrella Academy, I've heard almost nothing but good things about that.
That was good. I watched it this last weekend, and I was like, oh, it looks interesting. And I was like, okay. I kind of binge watched it this weekend, and it was really good. And then I was like, oh, it's based on a comic. So I looked it up, and I was like, oh, all right. I was like, oh, they made these changes. Like, I kind of like it.
I made the apparently incorrect decision to start with the first volume of the comic. Not in terms of, like, continuity, but just, like, I should have just watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
The comic's not bad. It's just, like, it feels like it's Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. He wrote it, and it's from 10 years ago, so I feel like it might have been, like, one of his earlier works, so he was still kind of getting his groove for what style he was going for. So it's like, it wasn't bad. It was just, like, a lot of ideas that didn't really adhere together all that much. But I'm sure it got better in the second kind of iteration of it that came out the following year. And then there's a current one that's the third arc. Like 10 years later, they're doing another arc of the book. So I'm sure those are better. But like, just with time and TV budgets and all that, I'm sure they made some changes that improved kind of the overall narrative flow of it. Yeah, and Doom Patrol's coming out. It's probably going to be another 6 months to a year before I can watch any of that because of the Canadian rights. Hopefully it's substantially better than Titans, even though I know a lot of people like Titans.
I haven't seen that one.
You can skip it.
Is that the one on the DC streaming service? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Cody.
Ah, he lives with a little thing on his under lip. You need to stand closer to the mirror next time so you don't miss it. And I think he is muted and doesn't know it.
He is not muted, but we still can't hear him. Have you tried turning the microphone on?
Unplug it and plug it back in.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had changed it up. I was recording some vinyls, and it changes settings in there. Yeah, dude, freaking! I can't believe that OWAS is in here, son of a bitch.
I can leave.
Why?
That's okay.
He never comes in.
Oh, okay.
It's been like
It's
2
okay.
weeks, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
about
been
to
that
make you
long.
disappointed if you
Things-
haven't
things
been paying
happen.
attention so far.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I was playing some Game Gear games on my Retro Freak the other day, and like Super Columns is like really freaking awesome, dude. It's like it's kind of reminds me of like Robotnik Mean Bean Machine because you got to fight somebody.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, and it's really hard too. It's actually pretty hard, but I was actually surprised. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I've been mildly intrigued by Super Tetris every time I see it, but I never took the leap to actually playing it.
Well, I thought it was really cool because I was doing the columns comparisons of what I got: Super Columns, columns for Master System, and then columns for Game Gear. And the columns for Game Gear, I think, is actually better than the columns than the Master System. It seems like it has better graphics. I mean, it's columns, but I mean, for a freaking Master System game, I mean, it really stands out much over the Master System one, I think. I really think it's cool to compare these, like, the Master System had a bigger resolution, designed for the big screen versus the little screen. And
Larger
I think it's just,
aspect ratio.
Yeah, I think it's cool to put them up side by side because, I mean, the covers look identical, but when you play, they're pretty much the same design. And then when you actually play the game, it just seems like the Game Gear version's better.
Yeah.
Well,
It's interesting to see how they compare based on the hardware and what they used to make it work. Like with Sonic, one of them has the bigger viewpoint for levels. 1 second.
It's got to sneeze.
That's what
Of course.
Where
It
is
doesn't work. It's like, okay, I'm going to pause the sneeze and nothing. Okay, so like with Sonic 2, it's like you can see more of the level. Like you have a wider viewing area in certain levels on the Master System version versus Game Gear, right?
Oz, you're probably more of a tech guy on that stuff.
Yeah, you can see a little bit more. Handles a little differently.
Well, if I'm being honest, the Game Gear is a slightly more powerful piece of hardware than the Master System. Only slightly.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
It is.
there's quite a few Game Gear games that are also straight ports of Master System games.
Yeah, but like with the resolution and the screen ratio, you can get some interesting differences, I'm sure.
Well, like even Streets of Rage is a good example. Like I think Streets of Rage on the Master System versus the Game Gear is freaking. The Master System ones are really good. Like I think I really should be trying to track those down because I've noticed those are starting to go up, and like those are actually pretty good ports. Those Streets of Rage Master System ports and Streets of Rage 2 at that.
I only
You
got
got
the first one. I got the
Damn
first
it.
one.
Oh, Oz,
But-
you don't need it, dude. Let's get that going my way somehow, okay?
$1 million.
Or at least 100,000, like that Mario cartridge.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, jeez, I can't believe that. I don't care how rare it is.
It makes more sense when you look at the details behind it, but it is interesting. It's not one person dropping 100K on it for no reason.
Yeah.
3 people came in on it together to pool their money for it, and it's because the guy that was selling it knew what it was worth and would not take anything less than 6 figures for it.
Yeah,
and he had been
It's
holding on to it for years. So it's just like it was waiting for the buyer to come along. So it's jointly owned by 3 different people. It's just more of a historical value purchase rather than like Mario's rare, dude. As some people take that, like when they see like Mario sell for a shitload of money, it's like, oh, I'm gonna buy all these copies of Mario Duck Hunt that are all over the place for some reason, but are somehow worth $1 billion in my mind.
So you take those and you put them up for wallpaper.
Yeah, it's like in that one angry video game nerd video with Pat. He was like, "It's okay. I need all those Mario Duck Hunts. I'm making a coffee table out of them."
Yeah, it was actually that Wada Games guy. He bought it, and 3 other guys went in on the purchase. I think of it is what it was, but they're all from Wada. And the funny part is I think that Wada has a YouTube. They didn't do a YouTube video, but you got, Kelsey Lewin. She's really popular, so she's doing a video on it. Then I seen another guy doing a video on it, and it's like everybody wants a piece of that story, but the guy that actually did it isn't talking about it, I hate to say it. It just makes me laugh, dude, because it's like, I mean, making videos, is some work, obviously, and I don't do it, and I just think it's funny though that like that news gets out and then all the big YouTubers want a piece. Some of the YouTubers want a piece of that story, for hits.
It's news. It's relatively interesting.
It has to do with games, so
yeah, it's kind of what they do.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get what you mean, but it's not unreasonable.
I would just like to see Wada's take on it.
It is funny that they have a YouTube channel and they're the ones that got it and they are doing nothing with it.
Yeah, it's like do a little talk here. Let's see what's up.
I wouldn't be shocked if after a little while they appear on someone's channel talking about it, like an interview type thing.
Yeah. Well, they were at PRGE, and when I see them, they'll probably have that piece at PRGE.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear anything more either, because it's one of those things like, oh, that's interesting. On to literally anything else.
Yeah. It doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on anything unless, they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to let the Smithsonian have it for a year or something so people can go and see it, or the video game museum or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think the new Link looks really good, and I've never played that one.
Link's Awakening?
Yeah, I think that looks really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. They gave him kind of a Charlie Brown look, but...
Yeah, it's a different kind of look in 3D, actually.
Yeah, but like, really, I mean, like the dot eyes.
It looks really plasticky, like you're looking down on a plastic model or something.
Yeah, like a toy playfield type thing. It's a cool look. It's just, I find it funny that they've got like the Peanuts eyes on him.
Well, as long as he doesn't talk like the grown-ups.
Yeah. I feel like there might have been a split second of people thinking I was crapping on the fact they were remaking the game in the Discord, because I saw that and immediately just went, good grief.
I want Zelda 4 Swords playable online.
So you can get beat down like sausage in a packing house?
Wow.
I think I've said that in your stream before too, dude. But when you actually hear it in person, it probably sounds different.
Oh yeah.
That is oddly specific.
He was holding on to that one for a while.
No, I would troll people freaking like playing shooter, online games and be like, I just beat you down like sausage in the packing house, bro. Hey, just get all quiet. What the fuck? Like throwing
What
a
does that
fit.
mean?
Think about
Oh,
a packing
man.
plant, Think about a packing plant. Then you get my brother in on these conversations, and he's even crazier than me. He's, saying stuff like, quit shoving traffic cones up your ass and shit like that, dude. I'm just like, wow.
Again, oddly specific.
Wait. How?
Now we got Yoshi's attention.
How?
The question is, was it the traffic cones or the behinds?
Yeah, it's like not paying attention for upwards of 20 minutes. Friggin' traffic cones up the butt. It's like, what now? Now you guys
What the
speaking my
fuck?
language.
How do you do that?
And it's like, I saw an anime.
Physically, how do you do that?
It doesn't matter. It's a figure of speech. Maybe not an all that useful one, but just the same.
Limited.
Dude, my brother spent a long time in the military, so he's just got all kinds of stuff that's just crazy. Like, just last Saturday, he's texting me out of nowhere, just to troll me, telling me, quit shoving tips of bowling pins up your ass. Laugh out loud.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
Yeah. He does it to troll me like that, though. And it's like, dude.
Hey, Retrolectors in the chat, you got here at a really good time.
I think your brother has a problem with shoving things up his ass. It shouldn't be shoved up his ass.
No, he doesn't have a problem of shoving anything up. He's got
That
a
you
problem
know of.
telling other people to do that.
Yeah.
He was a sergeant in the fucking Navy, dude. I mean, come on, man.
Okay, that explains a lot. So this is why it tells other people to shove shit up their ass.
Yeah, he basically was a sergeant in the Navy, dude. I mean, he's kind of just a little rough on the edges. He's funny.
A little rough, you say.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Little rough.
Oh, yeah.
He sounds like the type of person that would fucking curse me out because
Oh yeah, he's a big
for
boy,
existing.
man. He was in the Buds program and stuff. He got pretty jacked.
I just want to reiterate for anyone else who's jumping in the chat, that was not my fault, that conversation.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's
That
okay.
was my
I
fault.
get to disappoint Cody now.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
that
sure
senior
there's
project
some
I
good
was
clips
doing?
probably came out of that one.
Yes. You know that senior project I was doing?
Yeah.
It got hit and it got canned.
Yeah, I
For
seen
the,
your tweet.
Yes. For the reason of it cost about $5,000 in order to become an HDMI adapter and to use the HDMI standard in a product. A
Gosh,
year.
That's crazy, dude.
$5,000 a year plus royalties.
You got to really be selling something that will be selling numbers, you would think, to make that money back.
Yeah.
Basically, they only want corporations working with it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody
Quality
just
control, in a
I'm
sense.
surprised somebody just hasn't dismantled the tech of it and just rebuilt it on their own.
I'm sure
There
there's
are
some kind of
other-
laws around that.
Yes. There are other standards.
Copyrights.
But the next one up was like DisplayPort. However, DisplayPort, you have to pay like a $4,000 fee to become a member of some other society, and there's no royalties. Basically,
Yeah.
every thing I looked at, I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I'll just, not do this anymore. I will
So what
switch to
you're
a better
saying is
project.
every kind of port has a toll to get in.
Yes.
Huh.
That was a
So
stretch.
it's not any port in the storm.
Yeah. You got to pay, man. They want you to pay.
Can you do a component video like Castlemania
I don't
makes?
care. I'm done with the video stuff. I just trying to get away from video game consoles at this point because there's
Yeah.
not money in that. There's also too many friggin' people in that pond.
Yeah, it's
And
like way too many people doing it and not that much demand.
That, and you got too many people modding consoles for dirt cheap and basically working for nothing because they do it as a hobby. People don't want to pay for repairs. Basically, I've found out that it's not a profitable industry to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let me put it this way: if you have a console that's worth $50, do you want to spend $50 or more in repairs?
Nope.
I think the general consensus will be no, and this is also the third time this has come up during this specific hangout, so maybe we should talk
Not
about
bad.
something else.
Moving
It's
on.
fine.
I
I'm
think
just trying
Yooshi's
to deal with the repetition here a little bit.
I do this.
I noticed.
bitter.
No, we're missing one key thing here. We need the guitar.
I'm making a guitar amplifier now.
We need you to shred on stream and then have him say, "All right, mute it, please."
This can be arranged, except I don't really shred. I'm more of a like bluesy rhythm type player at the moment. I'd rather play slow stuff. Sorry, no metal shredding here.
Dude, so Toe Jam and Earl, they sent me a pretty cool I got a pin from them and I got the whole sticker set now too for their new game. They mailed me this Penny Arcade pin. It's pretty cool. I'll get it out. I'll show you.
We're an hour in, might as well do pickups so you can start with that.
It means I have to gather things.
It looks like you have time.
Or just explain them.
Whichever way.
Yeah, that's my little Toe Jam and Earl shrine right there. My room's a mess though. I haven't finished my shelf. I got to still cut the one shelf out and put it in.
And I realized you had your headphones off, so you couldn't even hear me. I was saying we're an hour in, so we might as well do pickups now if you want to just continue on from there.
Yeah, I don't have any other pickups, but this is what I got from Toe Jam and Earl. They sent me this pin for free. It's metal.
That's cool. That's
And
cool.
then
Didn't mean to
and
say
then
it
I
in that
got
tone of voice.
the stickers. There's a sticker set.
Hmm.
And actually the game itself, like I got the special edition Toe Jam and Earl off a limited run. And they're making these little characters in the game as like a standee for the special edition. So they're kind of like this, but they're actually made out of some kind of metal.
Hmm.
And but anyways, so I think these are supposed to be like that, but they just sent me a bunch of stickers for winning in their raffle in their Twitch channel. And I won again. I was like, look, man, I want the rest so I can get a full set of them. So they sent me that. And I was talking to Nathan Shorts and I was like, man, do you got a pin or something I can get? And he was like, yeah. And he sent me this, dude. Like this thing on eBay is, a few bucks. So I was like, damn, that's
more
awesome.
than free.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like I'm going to have like the limited run collector's edition. Indie Box did a collector's edition that I bought into at the last minute. And then I got all the collector edition stuff from some collector stuff from the Kickstarter up there. All the statues, like they're like high detail, well, not high detail, but they're plastic models of them. And then I got a mug and stuff. And I don't know. I went all in on this Toe Jam, dude. I was figuring it up. I'd probably, from beginning to end, I probably have invested, I would say probably about 500-600 just into the game, and it hasn't even came out yet. Haven't even played it. So I'm hoping it's a good game.
Yeah, I think everyone is, but you more than most.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't even played through any of the other Toe Jam and Earl games.
Dude, you need to get on that, OWAS. You need to get that Genesis fired up and play some damn Toe Jam and Earl.
Were they on that last Genesis collection on PS4 and Xbox?
Yes, and you can play it online.
Oh, awesome. There's
Yep.
enough games in there that I think I'll grab it when there's a sale on it.
Do you got PS4?
Yeah.
Did I add you? Yeah, I added you.
Yeah, I would more likely get it on Xbox because of the Sega to Xbox transition type thing.
Damn it, all you guys, man, you and your Xboxes.
I mean, if there's a deeper sale on PlayStation at the time, I might just go for it there. It doesn't matter.
I just got it on the PC. I've had it for years, so I got it when they released that. It updated on Steam for free. So,
Well, lottie freaking da.
woo! Although
like-
I don't own Toe Jam and Earl.
It's a good game, man.
It's the
I
only-
don't have those for Genesis.
I think the strangest addition to that particular collection was Landstalker. It's a cool edition, but it's so odd as a pick.
I have that game.
As do I. I wish I didn't
Right.
spend $50 on a complete copy now that it's in a freaking collection on PS4.
Mm.
How much?
I think I spent $50 on it at the time. I think it went down after.
Oh,
That's Canadian, by the way. So like, just
Oh, yeah.
take $10 off.
Yeah, I think I
US.
only spent like 30 on it.
I just got a loose copy.
It's a very nice copy of it. It's just it was a convention kind of a impulse buy type thing.
Yep, it's just loose.
That's a good game. It's made by Climax, the guys that were
Yeah,
part of the Shining Force games.
yeah, it's
That's
good,
why.
but the controls are weird because the
Because the orthogonal look.
yeah, just whatever isometric type thing they were going for, you have to kind of control it on the diagonals. It's really strange.
Yeah, it's almost easier if you just rotate the controller a little bit.
Yeah, I saw people saying like it was much easier with an arcade stick for the console for some reason. I think that was Super Derek that said that in his review.
So
Might
you
have to
got
try that.
is that one of your pickups then, or
No, that was
So,
just a side note off of that Genesis collection.
yeah?
I got
Sorry.
one very expensive pickup. I'll let you guys guess what it is.
The yellowish
Is-
guitar.
Is it a mandolin?
Oh,
6-string? Yeah.
yes.
is it an
is a
Epiphone?
guitar.
Is that an
Yes.
Epiphone? Yeah.
Yes, it is an Epiphone.
Yeah.
However, this is one of the models where you'd actually want to buy the Epiphone version.
Jam
Then
out,
you'll
nice
wait
buddy.
until
guitar.
someone recognizes it.
I'll give everyone a hint. It's a Beatles reference.
This is true.
Who are the Beatles?
I don't know you anymore.
They're overrated, anyways.
You know that band that made this song?
Jimi Hendrix? No. Oh. Shit, who is that? Oh, I know who it is. Stop. Let me think. Damn it. Let me think.
I just
dude.
realized what song it is, but I'm not gonna say anything.
No, I know who it is too, dude. Oh, it's driving me crazy.
Hearing it just as the one like guitar track,
Oh,
it's not as easy to pick out.
I know who it is, dude.
No
I
pun
know.
intended with picking it out.
Do you know what it is? What is it? Bitmat?
Yeah, I think we've given enough people enough time. But was it Come Together?
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Right now. Over me.
Pretty much. And this is also the correct guitar to play this on.
I know a lot of people don't like the movie Across the Universe, but the version of Come Together in that movie is really freaking good.
well, how do I put it? If you look at Abbey Road and who composed songs in Abbey Road, there were only 2 songs written by Lennon. 2.
How did we get to that point? I was just saying that cover was good.
Because you brought up Come Together. Actually,
You started playing it. How am I the one that brought it up?
You answered the question.
Yes. It's like, let me play this thing and ask people to guess it. And it's like, okay, they guessed right. And now that you brought that song up.
Anyway. Anyway. Lennon only wrote 2 songs on the whole Abbey Road album. By the time you hit that point in the Beatles, Lennon doesn't give a shit anymore. He basically wrote Come Together and She's So Heavy.
Okay.
George Harrison wrote more songs for Abbey Road than Lennon did.
Trivia received. Oh, do you have any pickups?
Yeah, I got. Well, I picked up a Dreamcast controller, but that's put away. It's just a gray one, but the price was right. Then, Dark Rift for the N64.
That is a decent game. No one plays.
I was surprised. I didn't. The label on it is what I caught my eye. I was like, oh, wonder what kind of game that is. It's an interesting little 3D fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Then Armorines. The N64. The carts are in kind of rough shape, but
yeah.
Hey.
Well, that game's kind of rough, so it fits.
Yeah, it's from Blockbuster Video. Which it's just a FPS in the vein of Perfect Dark or GoldenEye.
Actually, based on a comic book.
Oh, really?
Not very well. But based on a comic book.
Very loosely.
So is Turok. A lot of people don't know that.
Turok
and Shadow Man. I think they're all Valiant. Every single one.
Everyone wanted to get on the comic book. I wonder if that was before or after the Spider-Man game. But
before.
Earth Defense Force for the Super Nintendo. It's a fun little shmup. And then today, the Autofense, or Odifense, I don't know how it's pronounced. We got that in for the Master System.
Where'd you get that?
eBay. Price was right, but then I got this a couple weeks ago.
Very nice.
Super happy with this. I did some looking, and you can get an adapter, so this will hook up to the PC, and there are drivers out there for it, so be able to remap some buttons and hopefully play some PC games with that as well as Steel Battalion. Oh, and I got some more baseball cards, but those are somewhere else. Old baseball cards. But that's pretty much it.
It's been a while since we've seen a Steel Battalion controller on the Hangouts. That was a running gag for a while, like a year or two ago. Anyway, I'll do my...
Before my time.
It's fine. I'm just mentioning it.
But I know one's usually behind Musty.
Yeah, I'll just show my 2 things. Hopefully Musty is still in the chat, actually. Not for this one, but for the next thing. I got the Mr. Miracle comic from last year. The trade just came out today. So I got that in the mail. Very much looking forward to reading it. It's supposed to be really good. But something people actually care about. Musty was selling some stuff a few weeks ago, and I think still is. But this was on there, and I immediately snatched it up. Castlevania Bloodlines.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Even with the rough label, right?
Yeah. It's not even a rough label. It's like...
You got a sticker on it?
Yeah, it is a sticker. I wish I had known about that beforehand, Musty. But he gave me a good deal on it. It's fine. It evens out. He covered the shipping. We're good.
No, you should see mine though, dude. Mine looks like complete garbage. It's that's one game I don't care what the label looks like.
Yeah, and Musty was in the chat. Yeah, I tested it. Works fine. Happy to have it. Going to hopefully be able to get some more of that sticker off, but other than that, actually there are some pieces missing out of the label, but it's not a huge deal. I just got a good deal on it.
Yeah, for me, it's more of does it actually play?
Yeah.
You can worry about getting one in pristine condition later if you can get it for a good price. Hence why most of my Master System collection is loose. No one cares about Echo Jr.
Yeah, look at that.
Especially
label,
not the
dude.
person that owned that previously. Jesus.
Yeah.
Must have been a tuna boat.
Yeah, it's like someone took a bite out of that.
Yeah. Wait till you see my troubleshooter, dude.
Speaking of running gags at this point.
That's why I pointed out your troubleshooter.
Yeah.
Then, look at this. It's like, damn, that thing's ate up, dude.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Since we're running on that theme, and I used that to test the Genesis before putting in Castlevania, I will be back.
All right. No, that's a good idea, dude. I mean,
So what type of game is Troubleshooter?
It's a shooter. It's actually kind of like little. I don't know. It's kind of pricey for some reason. I don't think it's really worth the price people ask, but I think it's pretty good though.
Still talking about Troubleshooter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth the price that people ask, to be honest. After
Yeah, here's my copy of it. Pretty pristine, which I'm happy about.
Nice.
I think there's like one or two little tiny nicks in the label. Yeah, I think there's like a little bit here, right around the... Like, you can't even see it. It's really nice. Yeah, you can't even see it. It's right above the Vic for Vic Tokai. Just a little bit of a rub on it. But I was pretty happy with the price I got it for in the thrift store. Got it for $5 Canadian.
Nice.
That's good, dude.
Yeah, which I'm glad I looked that up in the store.
So, in American terms, even cheaper.
Yeah, like probably $3-4. I don't know the exact conversion. It's just like lower you go, the less the conversion difference is.
Damn, I can't find that. I know it's a loose one. Here's my Contra Hard Corpse. I just watched Sharpie play the heck out of this for a couple days on Twitch, but
Yeah, just under $4
yeah.
US. This is becoming the new version of my I'm bringing back all the running gags of my GameCube component cables, where I would just show those off constantly.
Look what I have.
Yeah,
You haven't sold those off to make $1 million yet?
I should, especially considering the turnover, like spent versus profit on it. I spent $1.50, so I make a little bit.
Yeah.
But I use it, so
Well, with what you make from it, couldn't you buy one of the HDMI solutions?
yeah, I'll wait until one of those actually works.
Actually, my Bloodlines was the best one, but it took a little damage. I got these from that guy from Puerto Rico after that flood or that hurricane they had. Pretty cheap, so. And I think our dollar probably goes a lot further than the Puerto Rican, dollar. So I didn't feel bad buying it from them.
Don't they use American dollars?
Yeah, I was gonna say Puerto Rico's
Do
part
they?
of the United States.
It's a territory. Or not,
Huh.
is it a territory? I don't remember. But yeah. They have all the benefits of the US, except for they don't pay the taxes like we do.
Anywho.
No, that's fun. That's a fun little gag, though. Get your worst looking games and be like, look at this.
Does it count if they don't have a label at all?
No, it's got to look gnarly, and it's got to be
I've
kind
got
of an expensive game. I think it makes it funner.
Never mind. It's a cheap game, but it's still funny. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
What's going on?
How you doing, Eric? What's up, Eric?
He's muted.
Oh.
But It's not an expensive one like you stipulated after I started already looking for it, but this is the worst condition label I have in my entire collection, to the point where it's just funny. I got this for $5 from a rental store after like they were like clearancing them. I got Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. Here's what it looks like.
Holy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I noticed some years later that there is actually some label left. Not
Damn.
very much, but it's there.
Wow. That's a classic, dude. That shred. Name
Yeah,
this
it's
game.
like-
Name this game, right?
It's like even the freaking replacement label sticker that they have on there doesn't have the whole title on it anymore. It just says Donkey K.
Oh man.
So yeah,
Somebody
that's
gotta
the
clean it
immediate
up.
one I thought of.
Well, I got Jewel Master for the Genesis. It's kind of just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But then Shining Force, which the 16-bit is kind of messed up. If you can see
Oh,
that.
man.
And then the top. But
Yeah.
then I bought one off of eBay that's an empty cart. There's no card in it,
Uh,
but it's
What?
in better shape.
What
yeah,
the
so you're just
what?
replacing the shell.
It was yeah, it's just a shell. It was advertised as such, but it was only a few bucks. But like, you know what?
Yeah. I'd like to do the same thing with that Donkey Kong at some point.
Yeah, Mercs.
Oh damn.
I'm gonna represent
It's
it
just-
like
Just messed up. Just
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
gritty. It's like someone took it outside and rubbed it on the asphalt or something.
Yeah. You know, those are the ones too that go to show you those had some serious water exposure and they still work. You know?
Some of them.
Yeah, I've got one more I'll show. Because I usually stick to fairly decent labels. This is another childhood one. That it used to have a big Blockbuster sticker over it, and I didn't think the method of taking it off all the way through. So here's my copy of Maximum Carnage.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Yeah, it used to be all like Blockbuster sticker, and it just got savaged. Got
Oh, yeah.
destroyed.
That
There's still
reminds me.
sticker you on the back as well. It was like covered.
I gotta get something out of my eBay box that I'm selling. I'll show you. This is funny too. Hold on.
hey, here's Batman Forever. With no label on the top. Not a good game though.
No.
That
I
is
think
a
it's
weird game.
It's not the last one I need on Genesis, actually, complete in box. It's the last one I care to get that I need complete in box, because it's only like $5 or something. But also Adventures of Batman and Robin, that one's, I'm probably just never going to get that.
Some games just if you get them in a lot, fine, but you don't seek those ones out.
Yeah, that's just kind of like a mini casual collection of building all the... Like, I just grab Batman games when I find them is essentially the thing.
Yeah.
And I have most of them complete on Genesis, except for, I think I'm missing the manual to Batman Return of the Joker, or whatever that one is that's part of the NES game. And Forever is the only other one I'm missing. And I've got some odd nostalgia for Batman Forever, so I'd like to just have that anyway.
Here's Mario for the Game Boy.
Well, there's a game. I'm not seeing Mario anywhere.
Yeah. Oh
He's
no, you
missing
can
most
see
of
you
his
can
head.
see half his face.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Oh,
not me,
no.
Mario. Who ripped off my mustache?
Yeah. This is a good one. It works.
Golden Axe. Was that,
Yeah. Look at the
That's like it was left out in the sun and just after it got wet and just crinkled all up. Holy cow.
yeah, it's cracked apart like a mosaic, dude.
Yeah. We've gone in the complete opposite
It's
direction of like
it's the
expensive
patina.
stuff, expensive stuff in the collection, to here's the
Dude,
worst
that's a
quality
great
crap
idea,
we
dude.
possibly have.
That's a great idea. List it and sell it like pure patina, 100% legit, no aftermarket parts.
Well, here's one that's got some road rash on it.
Oh yeah.
It's even missing the little yellow clip for EA games.
Hmm.
Let's see. I got Final Zone. Not in horrible shape, but it's missing part of the label.
Yeah.
And what else is in over
I
here?
think that's what mine looks like too, actually.
Midnight Resistance is actually pretty good comparatively. But then Fatal Labyrinth, apparently it's had enough.
But
That
Most of
sucks.
the top was missing. But the gameplay is it's a fun game. I really like it.
yeah,
It's tough as all get out.
this isn't a condition thing, but I'm just like doing it off the side of like just other like regrettable collection items. Where this is, I've had this since I was a kid. When I first got my Genesis, like when I was like still getting games for it as a kid, and I've kept it because it's like, think about what you're gonna buy before you buy the stupid thing. This is my constant reminder of just be careful what you purchase. I know there are some people that apparently like it, but it was my most regrettable Genesis purchase as a kid. And this is coming from someone who enjoyed Batman Forever. Is Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe.
Oh,
I regretted that wholeheartedly. I regretted that so much that I kept it as a reminder to myself to not do that ever again.
I've only played the Speedball on Master System, so
They remade that on Xbox. Why?
Ugh.
Like a full 3D remake of that. Who cared?
somebody had some nostalgia for it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not a horrible game, but just for my interest, it was not working for me.
Well, if you spent $60 on it,
Oh, I didn't. I bought everything used, but it still hurt me. I probably spent too much. Or I probably made my mom spend too much on it, I should say.
Can you hear us, Eric? How about the den? How about the den, Eric?
Yeah, hey, sorry. My headset gets reset every time I join, so I couldn't hear the first minute or so. The den is listening. No, I can't. The den can't hear, only my headset. But Range Hood is listening.
Range Hood is always listening.
The Range Hood is always listening. That's right.
Eric's got his like own little like world on the YouTube comments on his videos, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it takes in jokes to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Is that a Range Hood behind you?
They better not be behind me. You're freaking me out. No, he's in the kitchen still.
No, it's the den now. The den is the new.
The
topic.
den is the new Range Hood. Don't tell Range Hood that.
It's okay.
Don't put the Range Hood in the den.
Picture is watching.
I missed that.
Eric,
We're
do you have
just
any
showing off
pickups?
trashed games, Eric.
I don't have many of those.
I was thinking. Well, I was thinking if I had any. Like, I don't collect. I don't keep a lot of trash label games. So no, I don't have anything like you guys have got. I mean, I don't have anything good to show off, I guess.
Heard it here first, folks. Eric does not like trash.
No, I just meant I don't keep them around long.
Copies of games.
Huh?
Yeah.
You just don't keep trash copies of games.
No,
That's
I'm a
fair.
label snob.
Like, these are just a couple stragglers that are amusing.
So, where are them Cartridge Club Beetle fans?
Cartridge Club what?
Beetle fans.
Oh.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Who are the Beatles again?
Oh, jeez.
You guys hear about that movie called Yesterday, where only one guy in the world knows the Beatles music?
Yes. I'm actually tempted to go see that, but at the same time, I'm probably going to frown.
I think he relates to the premise.
I got the thing. It's a very nice thing.
Is
Or
guitar.
a guitar?
Yes.
I know nothing about guitars. You should tell Kevin.
Well, maybe I'll get to meet Kevin if he ever comes out of Canada.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I don't
He
even know.
came to a C3 last year.
Yeah.
Yes. Will they come this year?
I don't know. It's in Philly.
No,
That's in your neighborhood, closer, isn't it?
Yep. I can drive from here to there.
Cool. You should come too.
What, Too Many Games?
Yeah, in the C3 on Monday. Yeah.
I was planning on it, but unless I can find someone to room with, like 2 people to room with, I'm probably not going to buy a hotel room, which means I'm probably not going the whole weekend. I'll stop.
When is that, Eric?
June 14th or
June 24th to
24th. Okay, sorry.
24th week.
Yeah, it's being so it's Too Many Games, which is in Philadelphia, and then the Cartridge Club is going to stay an extra day and do just hang out. Basically, we did it last year in Chicago, and people just there were like 30 of us, and we all just kind of hung out, and people went thrifting, and they went game shopping, and there were live podcast recordings, and it was a lot of fun. And we hung out in Bill STC Pod's room, and it was great. A lot of fun. We're Melissa and I were talking about our plans to go this year too. Today, we were talking about our plans. There. Okay.
I just loaded up some Tetris 99.
Well, I'm
Anyone else
planning
been
to
playing
go,
that?
too.
especially since there's discounted tickets. But at the same time, of course, Musty knows better than I do. He says it's 21st to 24th.
Yeah, well, he's planning part of this whole thing. So,
Well, I need some roommates.
well, you might be able to find one on the forums. Right now, we're planning on bringing the whole family, so we're going to try to jam 5 people into one room.
I actually managed to get an all clear just now. That usually does not happen.
Oh, God. So, Oaz, are you still there? Did you beat Wonder Boy 3? I saw you put up like a 2-hour video.
I have not.
I didn't watch it yet.
I unlocked the Lion Man.
Okay.
I've got to get from there on. I spent a bunch of time trying to. I found some of the expensive armor and stuff, and I can't remember where it was. So.
Oh. Are you stuck with Lion Man? Do you know where to go?
I figured out you could break the blocks near the starting area and go out that way.
Okay.
But I haven't made it through that area. I keep falling into the pit and dying in that area in the fire. So I hadn't played it in a couple weeks. So I'll get back to it on Monday.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I love that. I think it's just a fantastic game. I hope you'll keep playing through it. You know.
Oh yeah, I'll play through that one, and I'll get back to Wonder Boy 2. But Wonder Boy 2, holy cow!
I can't play. I've never beat that one.
Oh, it took me forever to get the Sphinx's pattern, and I still, if you're off by like half of a second, it feels like you can't even hit him. It just throws off the whole rhythm of that whole fight.
I don't even know if I've ever gotten that far.
That's the other Wonder Boy in Monsterland.
Yeah, I think so. That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't dived into that one yet. I've done 3. I hear that they're the guys that did Wonder Boy 3 are gonna do that one too. .emu. They're gonna make that one too. Remake it.
Oh, really? That'd be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy, one of the guys at .emu, I actually knew from many years ago from some Sega Master System forums, and he was always a big fan of Wonder Boy. I can't believe he actually got into software and involved in a company that's. I'm guessing that he had was a big influence on having them redo that game. He was a huge fan of that. I remember many years ago.
Yeah, I met those guys at PSX
You did.
Yeah, I met him and got to play the game before it was even done, and got
Was,
some mask swag like the pig mask, and got a poster, and that poster's all rolled up. But I met all those guys; they're pretty cool.
Do you remember their names? If I said one of the names, would you remember meeting him or?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy that I know from back in the day his name is Omar.
Omar,
Cornut.
yeah. Yep. I met him. Yep, he was there.
He's the guy that I knew. He actually was the founder of the SMS Power website, which I've told you about a couple times.
Okay.
He kind of founded that, and he was big into emulation and dumping. He actually has written a Master System emulator back in about the late '90s, and he called it Mecha, which is after the Mecha Dragon from that game. So he was always a big fan of the Wonder Boy, and it's really cool that I've kind of been following him a little bit, and it's really cool that he's part of that crew now and remaking the game.
Yeah, I'm following him on Twitter. That's the guy, man. I
Yep.
got video and all kinds of stuff with him. That, yeah, he's like he's the president of .emu, isn't he?
I don't know.
He's in charge of Lizard. I think he's in charge of Lizard Cube.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. I don't actually know all of his affiliation with those, but I just remember him from back in the Masters, the SMS Power website days, which is still up. That site's still running, and he still contributes to it, I think. Anyway, just a neat little sort of history coming around again with that guy.
Made it to 12th. Sorry.
Shiny?
What shiny?
Tetris 99.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what you mean by shiny.
Distraction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was too distracted to get what you meant.
Or should I just say squirrel?
Yeah. Squirrel! I got 14 KOs in that match.
yeah, I played Tetris a little bit, and then I haven't touched it in a couple of days. I'm too all over the place on that one. I can't play consistently.
Yeah.
That
was like the most random but awesome announcement out of that entire direct. Is just like, who in the hell would think that would work and actually put it into practice? Like a Tetris Battle Royale game. But it works perfectly. Why?
Yeah, Toys Girl will be playing that. Melinda, she will be playing that getting on the couch cussing, saying that's bullshit and stuff like that. Like, all getting into it. She's like, yeah, I got number 8. That reminds me too, man. Really need to go back and play the Phantasy Star Sega Ages. I haven't done that yet in FM sound from start to finish. And then because they're bringing Alex Kidd to it, Sega Ages, and it's going to have the FM sound. And I never knew Alex the Kid had FM sound. I didn't even know that. Now that makes me want to get frickin' the Mark III. Makes me want to get Mark III version.
So there's just one of the Alex
Miracle
Kidd.
World. Miracle World.
Time to find the Miracle Ball.
That's Lost Stars.
I thought it was.
No, that's Lost Stars.
Yeah, but I thought Lost Stars. I'm confused now.
They're saying Alex Kidd Miracle World has FM sound. I never knew that.
Hold on, I got it on my game list.
What the hell are you on about, Yoshi?
Something got Yoshi's attention. Yeah, Lost Stars has FM sound.
I'll share with you in a second.
Do
It's
we
a
want
World
you
of
to?
Warcraft.
BMX Trial and Lost Stars has FM sound.
Yep. But then look up the Switch port that's coming and it's going to have FM sound. And I'm like, where did this come from?
So they're going to add stuff to it.
This is what happens when you play World of Warcraft.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
You start out toned, and by the day 194, you're fat.
Nah.
That's what I was laughing at.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a Discord channel I follow that's literally nothing but shitpost.
That makes sense.
Explains a lot.
Why?
Huh.
That I'm like,
Where
for
is that?
example, amount. You have a bill at a restaurant. Amount $17.47. Tip minus $17.47. Total $0.00. And then there's a picture of like I don't know, some Halo dude, and it says, "Wait, that's illegal."
All right.
Anyway.
Oh, so yeah, Oaz, in the Switch port, what they did is
Let me turn
has
that off.
the original mode that lets you play as originally intended, but it also includes an Ages mode that plays the BGMs in the game through an FM sound unit. So they're what they're doing is they're recreating it as if it had the FM sound.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Because, dude, that FM sound unit, I think if they would have built that from the beginning on every title from the beginning, the Master System would have stuck out way more, you know, instead of shortchanging the unit and making it cheaper by removing it in the West.
Well, it wasn't included in the Mark III.
The Japanese one it was.
No.
Or
But
the
Mark
Go ahead.
III, it wasn't included. The Japanese Master System, it was. So
yeah.
It was an add-on for the Mark III.
yeah.
It was a
This
unit
one-
you had to buy.
Yep.
This one has it.
What have you got?
This
He's
is the
got a Japanese
Master.
one.
Oh, nice.
Look at
Yeah.
his port too. Look at the port on the front. You can just plug the glasses right in.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
I love. Yeah,
Just have the card, but there's no reset on this. There's where is it? Which side? That's
Pause.
rapid fire. You got pause and rapid fire.
Oh, rapid
What the
fire's
hell?
built in?
Yeah, you hold down the button on the controller and you hit rapid, and that button now has rapid fire.
That's awesome. Do you have that modded for US play also, or is it just Japanese? Do you have like a region switch or anything? Or like a...
I got an adapter, so I can plug in Master System carts, and this plugs into the Mark III, or the Japanese Master System.
Okay.
Nice.
And so when I put in Power Strike, it comes in as a least.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it an American copy of Aleste, or is it
No, it's Power Strike, but it still has some of the Japanese stuff still in it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Some of the games have Japanese or US, and they do a region check. And if they detect a certain bit pattern, it'll like Aleste is one of them, Power Strike, and Super Wonder Boy 2 that we were talking about before has a different title screen. And you can actually put a switch in that will make it report that it's a US or a Japanese, and you can just see the different title screens. That's why I asked about the region switch. They both run at 60 hertz. They're both NTSC, so it's not a big deal. But you can get it to do some things differently depending. That makes it, software will do a region. Some of the software does a region check, and it will do a different
Tim Worthington's FM mod that comes with a region switch on it.
Okay.
So you basically can switch between a US with FM sound, the normal PGM sound, or a Japanese console with FM sound.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've always wanted to do something like that.
I've noticed that in a couple of games where I put it in Japanese, so everything changes. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly which games did that, but oh well.
So, Oaz, where'd you get that? Did you import that yourself or what?
There's a guy who imported stuff, and so I got it, and I got several Mark III games and some SG-1000, SC-3000.
Do those play in there?
Yeah.
They will. The cartridges fit and everything?
Yeah, because they're all the narrow carts.
Damn, I wanted to get into that.
So here's Zippy Race.
That's awesome.
It's a little bit squatter, but
Cool.
but there's Load Runner on a card.
Wow. That's cool.
And I love Load Runner. Like one of my favorite games on the C64.
Yeah.
So those are the Japanese Master System games there?
Yeah, right?
The gold ones are.
Mark III, and then
Yep.
the
Those are SG-1000 games?
yeah. Oh, and here's a little wallet for the cards.
Dude, that's
It has a
awesome.
little loop so you can put it on your belt and you can carry around your cards.
Oh my god.
Dude, if you put that thing on eBay by itself, how much you pay for that?
The guy actually threw it in.
Wow.
Somebody be going nuts for that, dude.
How long ago did you get all that? Was that recent or years or?
And it wasn't years. Probably maybe the middle of last year.
Oh, that's not okay.
The
So not-
only reason that is not nerdier than a fanny pack is that most people wouldn't know what it was.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, but there's a lot of. I'd love to get Alex Kidd BMX Trial and some other Mark III games.
You need a special controller for that, right?
I think it just uses this.
Oh, I thought it had a special
So I think there's
No, it does. No, it does have a special controller.
Oh no! The Mark III does. It has like a little paddle.
it's a yeah, they call it the paddle controller for the BMX. And BMX Trials like the only one that uses it, or one of only a few that uses it.
I was just looking at the videos for that the other day. Woody Pop uses it, and then one other game.
Oh, Woody
uses
Pop
it.
too, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to get into the Japanese stuff, but I haven't been on eBay in a while.
I look on eBay and I haven't bought anything off of eBay. They want so much for stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Phantasy Star Mark III because it has the FM sound.
Yeah.
I haven't bought anything on eBay since I bought those like 30 or 40 Transformers and a lot. I'm like, I used that once. I'm like, that was a bad idea. I'm getting off this website.
Yeah, dude, I've been staying off eBay lately too. I'm like, dude, I gotta stay off this shit. I'm spending too much lately.
I don't regret that bundle, honestly, but it's like, yeah, you should probably not go on eBay much.
I've been pretty good, but some of the 87, 88 baseball cards that I've gotten boxes of, but the Autofence is the last one or the most recent thing I got off eBay.
Oh, nice.
So trying to get more of the games released outside the US.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dude, I want to get into like the Mark III stuff too, but it is a lot, dude, to get Mark III games.
You're gonna have to, if you can find somebody in Japan to do it.
I was looking at one. The guy had it listed for just a few bucks, but he wanted over $20 in shipping from Japan.
Yeah, well,
Starting bid. I was like, "What the fuck, Japan? You've never charged $20 plus for a game." And they've been doing that shit lately. Even on their
paying attention.
Saturn games, they'll try to sell them cheap, but then you look at the shipping, and it's like, "What is this? That's bullcrap."
But I mean, I got the box. Controllers were still in the plastic and everything. I mean, it was
Damn, dude.
It's got the pegs that came with the original controllers still in the bag unopened.
Wow.
So
Open it up. Show us everything in there. Instructions, everything.
you want a re-unboxing?
Yeah.
Did you unbox this on your stream?
I think I did several months ago, before I even knew about the Cartridge Club.
Is this a Japanese system? Is that what you said?
Yeah, this is the box from the Japanese Master
Oh,
System.
man, you got the whole thing, huh?
Is there any art on the back of that box, or is it just say it on both sides the same
This
thing?
is on both sides.
That's cool though. How it says 3D in the middle, through all the Japanese text
Mm-hmm.
or symbol. Yeah.
Also has FM on the box. Trying to get into a good spot. So here's the bag that had the console.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's like awesome condition.
Did it smell like some Asian was smoking cigarettes on it all the time, or?
But there's the manual.
Wow.
How to use your remote control there on the bottom.
What's the art inside that manual look like? Is it like similar to the US, or did they?
I don't know.
Do
I
it
don't have a
different.
US manual, but I mean, there's how to hook it up to your TV, because this one came with.
It's similar, not the same.
Well, there's the AC adapter. Oh, but there's the pegs.
Wow.
So,
Man, I never see those.
Yep.
After done re-unboxing that, I've got something to screen share that, since I mentioned Transformers, I think a few of you guys might be interested in. That's going to be coming out in the spring or summer.
so here's the connector for the TV.
Wow.
The different RF unit.
Yeah.
So then there's.
Oh, it came with the AV cables, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if that's original or if that was just added, but that's pretty much it. It's got also a little. Oh my gosh, this thing was probably never actually even removed. But
Yeah,
The
I have
UHF.
that one.
so
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Those, when you think about those cables, then those are like the HDMI of the PS3 that they didn't bundle in.
yeah,
You know, the PS3
Yeah.
never bundled in the HDMI. Those cables are like that.
Oh, they did bundle it in, just not on the original ones.
well then there's just the two controllers with the little center that you can pop out.
That's a nice set, man.
That's it. Yeah, I was super excited to get all of it.
Hey, Catherine in the chat.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to show this random thing, and this time I'm not showing a Transformer just to get at Eric. But, this is going to be a limited thing sold at GameStop and EB Games exclusively that I think a lot of people are actually going to be interested in.
Why do they do that?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to put up.
Yep. Ectotron. The
Wow.
Transformer
yeah.
that turns into the Ecto-1 and comes with Slimer.
What's the estimated price on that though?
I have no idea, but that vehicle mode is really good.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably $30 to $40 minimum US,
I would think so.
maybe 50, because I know the Transformer that it's kind of based off of, the size class of it. But since it's a limited item, maybe not limited, but it's going to be exclusive. But yeah, that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
And they're releasing a comic book that's a crossover with the Ghostbusters and him, and they're going after the ghost of Starscream.
Oh, jeez, are you kidding me?
Hilarious.
Yeah, they're actually doing a comic book miniseries where that's the premise. It's Ectotron and the Ghostbusters after the ghost of Starscream.
Oh, that's awesome.
Unfortunately, it does not come with the figure, but that is just awesome on its own. Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to be, but
I might have to look at that.
I cannot see it far exceeding $50 or $60. Just because it's like I want to say Voyager class type size. It's based off of the core bot from Bruticus. Unfortunately, it's not a combiner. We didn't get an Ecto-1 combiner. It would have been funny if we had like a core bot for a combiner of Ecto-1 and it was like just the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was the combiner head.
That would have been neat.
It wouldn't have been the first one out of Combiner Wars that they put out a core bot that didn't have a specific set of characters to get with it.
Mhm.
That would just like, the lore is that it fits with any Transformer. It was they did a Galvatronus one. It was with like it possessed whichever Transformers it chose. It was a cool looking combiner, but it was just like the core bot didn't really go with anything. It was Cyclonus turned into it. I think they only really kept like parts of the legs and arms and stuff, but they remolded everything else. But it's such a random freaking thing, but it's so awesome. I think it's up for pre-order, which means there's probably a price.
I was going to ask, when does the pre-order open?
See if I can actually go to GameStop without it redirecting me to Canada. Nope.
Let me check.
I'll see if I can find the Canadian price. So I'll give you an indication.
I can look it up too.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Ectotron.
Ectotron?
It is exactly what you would think the name of a transformer that turns into the Ecto-1 would be.
Yeah, well.
60 Canadian, so it's probably 50 US.
Yeah, it's 50, $49.99.
Yeah, that is not bad for that, especially the vehicle mode is fan-freaking-tastic looking.
July 31st.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. July 31st?
Yeah.
Comes out on my birthday. Even though it says June 1st for the Canadian one.
Come on.
Huh.
Musty, what's up, man? Where you at, Musty?
Left field.
Yeah, this is the section where we call out random people in the chat.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I didn't even notice Ryan was in there, so hey, Rocket Sauce.
These guys aren't in the Hangout.
Nope. You guys should get in the Hangout.
Get in there, Ryan.
Technically, aren't they in the Hangout, but not in the Hangout?
They're in the chat.
They're lurking.
How many people can you get in this, anyways?
10,
10, yeah.
including the host.
Is this is going down, isn't it? The Hangouts?
What?
I thought Google was doing away with this stuff in like this year.
They're doing away with Google Plus.
Oh.
I don't know if they're doing away with the Hangouts. I hope not.
Oh. So say you might have to start doing this on Twitch or something somehow.
That would probably not go over all that well.
Discord has something, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I've
No,
never
but
used it, but
You
I've
can't
seen-
put that live.
You can patch it into Twitch.
Yeah.
Again, Twitch is like, this isn't specifically video game related. This is just people from a video game community hanging out.
Yeah. You just put it under the chat and chill category.
You
would
gotta look at Twitch a little more, man.
Yeah, they've expanded their
It's
stuff.
everything, dude.
Yeah, I use it for Kind of Funny Games daily and occasionally a Warframe stream.
Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago, my daughter and I started putting together a Lego on stream. So just something to do. But we haven't finished it. It's been 2 weeks. Batman's trying to get Two-Face or something.
He's playing Anthem and then Catherine.
Musty's
Catherine.
playing Anthem, and
Yeah.
Ryan's playing Catherine. Two things they could
Yeah.
totally not do any other time. Although Ryan's got like several reasons bundled in why he probably wouldn't want to be on stream while playing that.
Did he get the new edition already?
I don't think that's out. When's Apex? The hell are you talking about, Steven?
Apex Legends.
No, I know, but I don't know the context of like when is it? When is video game? I do not understand context.
Anytime, all day.
Yeah. By the way, Steven, you just missed me showing off the Ghostbusters Transformer to everybody and probably making everyone want to spend way more money than they should.
Yeah, I don't know if I can buy it for $50.
I will say Transformers now are much higher quality than they were like with the last few waves of it. So that is kind of using older parts, so they probably have a higher build quality in them. They made them slightly more expensive, but the quality is way better.
Yeah. Well, ever since Beast Wars was the last series that I was really into.
You should watch, in terms of series to watch, you should watch Prime, if it's on Netflix.
I've watched it on Netflix. I enjoyed that one. I
Yeah.
guess I should have said around the figures.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I got some of those Prime figures, but I never got any of them.
Yeah, I didn't get any of those. It was, like I said, it was Beast Wars was the last one, and I got in, what was it, Transmetal and past that.
Hmm.
I missed a lot of the first wave stuff.
Yoshi dropped.
We scared him off.
Yeah.
He was too busy playing with his guitar.
Yeah.
We haven't been exactly talking about anything he gave a shit about for the last while, anyway.
Yeah, and you and he carried the Hangout for a little while, so
Kind of had to. Started I only started 10 minutes after I said I would. But it's just like, I'm going to start this and see if anyone joins. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, I didn't realize how late it was because it was after the time when my daughter should have been in bed, and it's like, oh, go take the dog out, go get in bed.
Yeah, I don't know what to do for the times for the Hangout anymore. It might just be a matter of I don't start them up right away. I wait for people, but people don't seem to join in until after I start it up, so I just want to avoid the moments of silence where it's just like, hey, we're live. I have nothing to talk about. Yeah, allow me to turn my video off until someone joins. Like, what's the difference? But I know the link goes live on the Cartridge Club page, like the live stream thing goes up after I hit broadcast, so it's a weird thing. I don't know what to do.
Well, yeah, I think I saw the tweet, and then I think that's when I jumped in and said, hey, I've got to get the munchkin to bed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I added you on the notifications for the tweet, so
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I leave Yoshi out just to bother him.
Oh, that's mean, dude.
I didn't do it intentionally initially, but then I realized that I had never remembered to add him, so then I just kept leaving him out on purpose.
So that's that.
mean.
Accidentally, maliciously, on purpose, have this included you.
He finds it. He's the first one to find it anyway. It doesn't matter. I said I was going to put the links up at 6, so I just had time for people to join beforehand. I literally oh shit, I need to get the rest of the way ready for the call. I'm going to put the links out and then go fuck off for 10 minutes and get ready because no one's going to join. And I literally hit live and Yoshi joins. I'm like, okay, you're going to have to give me a few minutes here.
Was not expecting this.
It wasn't unexpected, but it was still okay, hi, I'm going to go elsewhere for 10 minutes.
Stage 7 on that game. I think Melinda beat that, or was pretty close to beating it.
Referring to Catherine, right?
Yeah, Catherine on PS3.
And it was Catherine that talked about it, so Catherine playing Catherine.
I should break it out.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
See if Toys Girl can beat
I'm sure
it
she's
before
gotten that
Musty.
joke a few times this month.
Just so you know, Musty, Toys Girl's really good at puzzle games. If I get her started on that, she might catch you. Yes, about to hit the Nightmare 7.
If I recall correctly, nightmares are just the names of the levels, stages.
So where's the list for the games of the month?
It's on the forums usually. So just cartridgeclub.org and go to forums. I think it's just /forums, but I haven't been in a while.
I just see everything they post up in their Twitter.
Yeah.
Follow their Twitter, and you'll see it.
But I'll go there just to like run through the list again of what's coming up. Since the hosts
Musty, did you end up selling those Sega CD games?
Since the hosts are playing the game of the month, or one of them's playing the game of the month, instead of betting on the Hangout, I have to read out what's coming up.
Check the forums; it's all there, is what he said. Musty.
Yeah, it is cartridgeclub.org just /hangout. But in terms of Prime games, it's Catherine's this month. Then What Remains of Edith Finch, Zelda 2, Adventure Link, Shenmue, Uncharted 2, and Batman Arkham City are the ones announced through July.
I'm gonna have to break up my copy of Zelda 2. Maybe I can finish it.
Yeah, it's nice to have every single game coming up except for What Remains of Edith Finch. I'm sure that'll be on sale within the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's the one I don't have.
I have no idea what that even is.
It's just an indie game, kind of like a walking sim type thing. That it's more like segmented. I don't remember. I think it might be more situation based than just being a walking sim.
Was it only a PC?
No, it's on console.
It is. Okay.
It's digital only, though. I think Limited Run did a physical version, but that's about it. I can wait for someone to chime in any corrections in the chat for that, though. Because I don't have much familiarity with that game at all.
What game?
What Remains of Edith Finch?
Oh,
it's an upcoming Cartridge Club game, and I don't have it. And it sounds like FitNet doesn't have it either.
Digital and then Limited Run.
Yeah. Limited Run did a physical? I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's interesting. For PS4, or was this one that made it to Switch also?
I know PS4 for sure. I don't know about Switch.
Yeah, okay. It's probably one of their older ones. Before they did Switch, I mean. Well, I put it on my Steam wish list just in case it goes on sale for a few bucks prior to the game of the month, but that might be one I sit out just...
I think I've tried playing that game. Yeah, I think I've tried playing it, and it just wasn't
what you were in the mood for.
No.
Okay.
Either there's vacuuming or blending going on in the background.
Sorry. Someone is vacuuming. I'll mute for a bit.
It's fine. It's really kind of weird that we haven't brought up the Nintendo Direct yet.
I thought we did last week.
We talked like beforehand, like the day before it went up. But I tried to schedule a bonus short hangout for it, but there was just no one was available to do it on the Wednesday, so that moved over to here.
Okay. I think that honestly, what I've seen on there, I've not played a Fire Emblem game ever. And not for lack of not having interest, just the lack of trying to track it down and not wanting to pay, market prices for games right now on that. And I think it looks great. I want to get that one, and I'm not really I haven't adopted the Switch yet. I think that's going to be one game that will have me more hyped about the Switch, and I think that new Zelda has me hyped. I still have not played Breath of the Wild, in which I did the same thing with the Zelda for the Wind Waker HD, original Wind Waker. I borrowed it from a friend, never played it, gave it back to him. Years later, it came out on the Wii U. Is the first time I actually played it and played it through, and I was like, dude, what the fudge did I wait so long to play that game for? That game was amazing. And then
only Zelda game I've ever finished.
And I actually have that other one too, that other HD that came out on the Wii U, Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't played that yet, and I want to play that because that came out on the Wii, wasn't it? The original Wii.
Twilight Princess, yeah. It was
I bought
GameCube,
that.
Wii, and then it was HDified on Wii U.
I bought it on the Wii, never played it, and then, yep. But I got it on my Wii U, and I want to play it. And then the other one, Skyward Sword's the other one I'm still missing. But I mean, I did play like the original Legend of Zelda. I did play Super Zelda. Or
Super Zelda?
No, not Super Zelda.
Link to the Past?
Yeah, Link to the Past. And then I played the N64 Zeldas. So I mean, it's not that I don't like Zelda. I mean, I don't know. I think that little one though really opens up the Game Boy one that everybody thought was really popular or a good story that you should play, and I'm glad that they're making it available. You know, I mean, I've always thought about getting involved in those smaller story Zelda games, but I just didn't want to spend the money, and I'd rather see it on a big screen, you know. And I don't know.
It's the second remake they've made of it. Although I think the Game Boy Color version was just like mostly just adding color. It was DX, so I don't know what else was there other than that. Maybe they updated the sound.
I've seen them talking on the Twitter or something.
Yeah,
extra level or something.
That was actually a Cartridge Club portable game of the month a little while ago. I don't remember how long ago. Anyway,
but I definitely want to get those. I want to get those.
Side note. Steven has informed me that Edith Finch is on sale on PSN right now for like $10. It's $10.79 Canadian with like PlayStation Plus, so I don't know how much it would be US.
Damn. Yeah, and they're saying it's short too.
Yeah, like 2 hours. 2 hours.
2 to 3 hours. So
yeah, it's more of like an experience type thing, like telling a story.
Well, it was on sale on Steam for $8 a few months ago. I wonder what it is now. I think it's like 20. Yeah, I'm not paying 20.
Cap Max says is not liking Breath of the Wild is like not liking video games. I just haven't picked it up yet, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like the durability. That's about it. That just frustrates me. I like the game, though. I need to go back and finish it. I have it on Wii U. That might be one of the reasons I haven't gone back to it.
Which one's that?
Breath of the Wild. It's one of those things where I have it, but it's on the Wii U, and I'm annoyed enough with how like the setup for the Wii U, like what you need to do in order to actually like get to playing something on it, that I would rather just rebuy it on the Switch. But I don't want to drop $80 on it because it never goes on sale. It's like I don't want to spend another $80 because I bought it brand new on Wii U.
Or wait for hype from the podcast to raise your interest. Sorry.
In which?
Yeah, it's like which one you talking about there, Cap Max?
Yeah, Steven has a habit so far in this chat of saying things out of the context of the moment. Probably Edith Finch, though. That's what he's talking about.
I think that was a free PSN game. I think I already have it in my library.
That would be convenient.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Xbox did that. I don't have PSN, but maybe I'll just buy it.
Yeah, I have every game other than that, and I've elected not to play any other ones so far this season for whatever reason. I've played Catherine before, is partially why for that one. But I guess things just miss the moment for me of like I'm not interested at the moment on the ones that were coming up before. I don't know.
Oh man, I'm interested in almost all of them coming up.
So am I, but like when they come up, it's like I'm somehow not in the mood for that right now.
I know that feeling too. Yeah, I'll be playing. I'm trying to get through Catherine. I don't know if I'd be playing it if it weren't for a game of the month. I bought it pretty early after it released because I was interested, but I don't know, man. It's not growing on me the way.
Steven says he'd wait for like $5 or free on PSN for Edith Finch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. $10 seems a bit much. Not because of the game's quality, mind you, just because of the length of it and other games to play.
Is that what it is? $10? That's what it is on sale right now?
$10.80 Canadian with PlayStation Plus. So I don't know what it is US because I don't know what the additional PlayStation Plus discount is on top of that.
Yeah.
So someone else would have to check. But yeah, I would not be shocked if that winds up on Game Pass within the next month. Which, granted, that's also $10, but I already have it. So,
Q-Dog, so the den is your game room?
Well, it's it's the biggest room where I store games.
It is one of the rooms with the games.
Yeah, I don't have a game room. My games are scattered throughout the house, but this room has the major big shelves and stuff.
You have games rooms.
I got in trouble because the other the guest room, I got that free projector TV, so I put that in there. I set a Genesis and Sega CD up in there and set my camera up in there and was streaming just to mess around with it, the screen, you know.
Yeah.
And freaking Melinda goes in there and she's like, "What is this? You making another game room?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit! I kind of moving stuff in here. I need to get it out of here now." Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't play games in here either. This is where I store them.
It's a viewing room only.
Huh?
Viewing room only.
Well, it's got these shelves, and there's some shelves over there with the Super Nintendo and N64, and I play my games off of one TV, and it kind of sucks. I mean, it's not set up. Every time I want to play one of the lesser consoles, I got to pull it in there, and I got them in these little bins down in these. I pull them out and have to hook them up every time.
Couple things in the chat. One, Stephen Eric wants you to get PS Plus and play Apex with them.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, well,
although
Bill
I
wants
don't
me to play Star Trek Bridge too, but I don't
think you actually need PS Plus for that because it's a free-to-play game.
Apex?
Or Xbox Live for that matter. Yeah.
You even to play online, you don't?
I don't think you do because you don't for Warframe, and that's also a free-to-play game. I don't think you do for Fortnite. I think it's just all free-to-play stuff. People got kind of in a tizzy about that with Tetris, like requiring the Nintendo Online. But I think that's more of like this is included with your subscription to that rather than it is a free-to-play game in general. Like this is more incentive to get the online service for Switch rather than it requiring online itself. Because Warframe doesn't require online on Switch, and it doesn't require the voiceover app. But I don't mean to keep referencing Warframe. It's just the only free-to-play game I've played on the Switch, so I know no reference point.
I can check it out.
And Musty was asking what everyone thought of the Shantae podcast. I haven't listened to it yet. Has anyone else on here listened to it?
No, I don't listen unless I played the game or have no interest in playing it, which neither. I haven't played Shantae and I have an interest, so I haven't listened.
I don't think spoilers are that big a concern with that type of game, so I'll probably listen to it.
Yeah, that I was wondering. I mean, some of them I didn't know, so I just opted to not listen to it yet.
I think like it's probably a fairly generic plot. The things you could get spoiled on potentially are like character moments and jokes, and like bosses and stuff like that.
Has anybody played Resident Evil 2?
No.
What the hell? I'm gonna dive into that here after probably later this week. I'm gonna finally crack mine open and do it. I'm hearing that's a really good game, and the free DLC they just added is pretty good too.
Yeah, I definitely want to get to it sometime.
Few people are saying you do need Live and PS Plus for online. I don't know if they mean for online in general or for the free-to-play games, because I don't think you do for free-to-play games is what I'm getting at. I know you need it for online, but I'm just not sure for that game specifically, because other free-to-play games don't need it.
Well, I can try it.
I don't know. I'd have to. Well, I've got gold, so I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Good night, K-Song. Go to sleep.
Good night, Catherine. What's I doing? Why did that come up funny?
Dude, that Slimer that comes with that Transformer looks cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I won't collect Transformers though. It's not my.
Yeah,
I'm trying
that's a
not
novelty
to.
one.
I'm trying not to get into it.
Dude,
I'm trying to get into them because I'm a bastard.
I wish somebody would make like 3D characters collectible of like the Sega characters, like the Streets of Rage dudes, the Golden Axe dudes, the all the Sega iconic characters,
all the generic
Beast.
beat 'em up protagonists.
Yeah, just amiibo style characters of like all the main characters.
Yeah,
Alex the Kid,
Dwarf,
frickin'
Barbarian, and Street Punk.
I don't know, dude. I think that'd be freaking awesome, man.
Nah, I'm just being goofy about it.
But I mean, if they went as far as to do the bad guys too, like
Yeah.
I'm not a huge cell phone
Guy in
game
wheelchair
playing
with
fan.
gun.
But if
So
you
that's
ever
Final Fight.
if you ever played their game, it was called Sega Heroes on
mobile,
on your
I
cell
haven't played
phone.
it, but I saw it.
They integrate the bad characters into it too,
Mm.
and all across their Sega system genres, Saturn or say Dreamcast to Genesis,
Yeah. Steven says that that's what the Totaku figures are that are at EB and GameStop as far as characters. I don't think they've done any of those Sega ones, though, other than maybe Sonic. Those things are freaking tiny, though. They're like this freaking big.
There's so many Sonic
They're 10 or 15 bucks.
rebuilds, too.
Why?
I mean, that's not what I'm thinking. I mean, I'd like to see some real cool, high detail,
Yeah.
amiibo like guys that are actually, I'd actually want to buy them and put them on a shelf.
Yeah. Not that the Totaku are necessarily bad. It's just like they're a little small for the price tag. They did a lemming, apparently. That sounds about right.
I remember you pointing those out in one from GameStop there, but I don't know.
Maybe that was when I was talking about the Spyro one. I don't know. There are a couple that I would be interested in. It's like $10 a piece for those. Not really worth it.
Because I was asking you about
the Canadian,
the Geshbon or whatever.
Geshbon.
And you're like, that's what these are, and you pointed those out. And
yeah, sort of. They're like that kind of size. I think like 10 centimeters or something like that. They're small.
How
much are amiibo? I don't look at them.
I don't know, $10.
15 plus, depending on the size.
Okay, so that would mean an amiibo here would be 20. So there's $5 difference, and you get a figure that's less than a third the size of it, and it has no other functionality. I'm not sure the quality versus price ratio goes with that. Only like $25 now in Canada for amiibo. Yeah.
You know what I just seen that was badass too? I did not even know about this. They made a Altered Beast for the Super Famicom or Famicom.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. And like I watched a guy play it, and it had more levels and it had more more transforms because of the different transform per level. I think it had 2 more levels. And like it was pretty close musically, but I mean it was really rough. And I mean everybody makes fun of the Master System Altered Beast. The Master System Altered Beast looks like a piece of art compared to that thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. I'm just like, damn, that thing looks rough, but it looked like it played really smooth.
Yeah.
Like the guy actually could control his dude,
I had no idea about that. I thought you were gonna go for talking about the Altered Beast on PS2.
I have that, by the way. The Japanese
Nice.
and a Japanese PS2. Yep.
Yeah. That is a super weird game if you look that up.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's weird that exists.
I can't believe that was supposed to come out in America. I have the demo disc where Xbox talked about it and previewed it on their upcoming games, and it shows a trailer start to finish of the Altered Beast, and it's coming to Xbox. I was hyped. I was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's weird that they made an Altered Beast in Japan on PS2. There's a Streets of Rage on PS2, and we got a Golden Axe on 360.
Okay, hold on. You said there's a Streets of Rage on PS2?
I think it's Streets of Rage, Streetwise, or Final Fight. I'm not sure. No, that I said
Are you talking about Fighting Force?
No, I'm not. Streets of Rage, PS2.
Yeah, point that one out to me. I don't know.
Guys, I gotta bail.
heard of that.
Okay.
No, Eric. No.
No, I'm sorry. Good night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one,
Good
Eric.
night, Eric.
Am I thinking of Streets of Rage or Final Fight here? I'm asking the chat because I have no idea.
What am I talking about? I do not know.
Dang, Eric got out of there quick, dude.
Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go.
He doesn't mess around, dude. I'm out of here.
It's Final Fight. I was mixing up with Final Fight Streetwise.
Oh. No, I was like, dude, what the hell? I never heard of this.
I get those two mixed up all the time, and I don't think anyone would be surprised about that. Yeah, Beast Rider, the Golden Axe game, is on PS3 as well. Steven said that. But that generation in general.
I got that one. That's not that good.
It's not very good at all. No.
Yeah.
Neither is the Final Fight game.
I like to watch
If Altered
Sonya.
Beast is good, that's the only one that made its way out.
Like to see Sonya do a little hack and slash beat up with the old cheeks, you know, with the right camera angle, but no, just kidding.
Okay, then.
Oh, whatever, dude. You've never seen that where everybody's like trying to hit on the freaking chick from Golden Axe.
Oh, I'm sure I saw jokes
you must
about
not
that
be a
before.
Sega junkie, right?
Not hugely. That was my first console, was the Genesis, but I never really got like super deep into the lore, I guess. I didn't get into the fanfic.
And the Blaze too. Blaze gets hit on all the time, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of that on Newgrounds.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know. I don't go that far, but I'm just messing around.
That was just kind of the thing at the time.
Making it crazy now.
Yeah. The old school version.
He actually thought about it. You actually thought
What?
about it, dude. You're all like, "Arr."
About which?
Never mind. Forget about it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like old websites and shit.
Never mind.
Yeah, I completely missed it.
or you didn't.
It was just
I
like
don't know.
what I said was something that hit your brain for the first time, and you were like, "What?"
You're like, The
Really?
eyebrow went up.
I didn't think about it like that before. Yes.
Nah, I was trying to recall that. I probably did see jokes about that at the time. Or not at the time, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, just it's funny when people get like attached to like a video game character, like Bayonetta. You know, yeah, she looks all right on the graphics, but there's some people that take it a little further. You know,
Yeah, like the people that made the anime movie, they went a little far.
like I got a friend, he's really big into that Hatsune Miku, dude, and he started buying the little statue dolls to put in his cabinet, and then had his like girlfriend dressing up like her, and I'm just like, wow.
That is just slightly creepier, given the character design.
He's cosplaying it is what he was doing, you know. Yep, cosplaying it, dude.
I like the Hatsune Miku games, though. They're just fun to play. They're good role-playing. Rhythm games from Sega.
They actually gave that free on PS Plus, I think.
I think you're thinking of, is it Project Future Town? Whatever one. Either way, it's like you get the base game free, and it's like a couple songs. It's basically a demo. And then you add on DLC songs to that.
Yeah. I thought it looked cool watching people play it, like the background stuff going on.
Yeah.
The story. But other than that, I mean, I can't really
Yeah, not super into the music. There's a couple that are fine or just cute for what they are. But like the graphics are nice. Like it's a lot for like just Hatsune Miku fans specifically. Like the dress up games and making your own music videos and stuff like that. But just as a rhythm game on its own, the gameplay is solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got a bunch of them on PS2 and that pad. You know, a bunch of those DDR Max games.
Oh.
Like, I came across them and I just have them in that box still. I got like 5 different versions of some DDR game in the gamepad. And
yeah, I picked up a. Sorry if I'm cutting you off. Was I cutting you off?
No.
Okay. Just to say, I do have a DDR pad. I think it's for PS1, and I haven't found a single one of the games for it.
Really?
Yep.
I actually have come across a DDR game too for the Xbox. I was thinking about grabbing from a guy who's got it for like $2. Just because I've never seen that. I was like, I didn't even know that came out on Xbox.
I'm gonna have to step away for a minute. I'll be back.
All right. Are you okay, Oaz?
Yeah, some of the water went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, I was like, what's going on, dude?
So you're talking about the DDR pad for the original Xbox or the 360?
I'm talking about for the PS2.
Oh, PS2.
Or PlayStation. No, it's PS2. It's PS2 one. Yep. DDR, yeah. DDR Max and DDR, different versions of it, you know, and all that pad. I think it's like 5 games in there or something. I'd have to look. Maybe I'm thinking of the SingStar. We got a bunch of the SingStar too. That SingStar is actually kind of fun, dude. Like I went back and last time I loaded it on my PS3, I searched my video and it's still on SingStar, dude. And I'm all like, me and my buddy, I had a couple buddies that come over and we'd get fucking hammered, dude. And like, this is early PS3 days, dude. And like, freaking, you know, you figure what was that? 2007, probably. Shit, 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago, you know. So I mean, we were partying all the time, fucking drinking and shit, and we'd get hammered and kind of dress up a little bit and do the do the SingStar, dude. And like I did this one by gosh, I want to say it was Incubus or like some one of them though. But anyways, dude, like I got like all these people like doing the social media part of it, like freaking hearting it and saying, you know, going crazy. And you go back and you see that stuff like after a couple years and you're like, holy shit, dude, look at that, dude. Look like a fucking cornball. You know? And like I tried to get into SingStar on the PS4, but it just didn't happen because I mean we spent I would bet $150, $200 on tracks for that. Like some of them my buddy brought over a PSN card because like basically we just made my system the one where it was happening because we'd all go over to my place and because I had enough room to drink and shit and you know, dance off basically and you know, put on a show and like fucking that's where it was happening. And it was all about that SingStar and DDR for a little while there. It was kind of goofy,
yeah.
But
oh yeah, we had, what was it? My wife signed up for a house party and got one of the Just Dances and a Just Dance for kids or something. And so we'd have people over and we would mess around with that. And you can have some fun with that stuff if you don't take yourself too seriously. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh.
So what's up with your streams lately, dude?
Well, last week I was just I'd been pushing too hard and I needed to take some time off.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday I just felt like playing something different. So I ended up playing Rogue Legacy from most of last week.
Roguelike. Oh yeah, that game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually think I got that on PS4 as a free game, and it's okay, but I didn't get too far into it. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to really think. Sometimes like with my newer age gaming, why I've been getting a lot back into the retro. I've been into the retro, but I'm saying like actually sitting down and playing the retro
Yeah.
is because I'm just tired of the online component of games. I'm tired of feeling like I have to interact with updates or interact with people sending me messages or interact with your buddies online, and
You don't want
so
to be social.
yeah, it's like, dude, I mean, I remember when I could just close myself off
Yeah.
in my room.
Video games are a solitary activity.
Play a video game and really get into it and take it in. And now it seems like everybody else has to be part of it. And it's like, I don't mind it on to a point, but some games it's like I just want to be left alone. Like when I play Resident Evil 2, I'm gonna have to shut off all the social media parts, but I don't want to because then I got my buddy from Mississippi that I think I'm gonna meet that guy one day. I mean, we talk, he calls me regularly now, and like, he's like, one day we're gonna end up meeting, and we met on PSN, and he doesn't say it like that, but he's like, well, imagine if you got us two together because we were joking, okay, about some what were we joking about? Something about games. Like he was tired of the fact that you had to have PlayStation Plus for everything, and he was telling me about it. And this was just a couple days ago, and I was like, Red Man, the thing you got to think about is that song by Don Henley. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It's just the way it is. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Some things will never be the same. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. And he just started busting out, dude, like, oh shit, because like it made him think of that song, and he was mad that I got it stuck in his head, first off. Secondly, it chimed right in on the concept, and he's like, that's hilarious, and like, you would have had to have been it doesn't sound the same retelling it, but when it happened, I mean, we were cracking up till we had tears in our eyes, literally, and like we do that shit all the time. We do it through online, so we're like, man, what are we gonna do if we actually ever meet up and freaking sit down and just bullshit,
Yeah, but I get it, like being tired of the online stuff a little bit. Like,
but you don't want to cut your friends off,
Yeah, but like for like when you really just want to play a game by yourself, which is most of the time, honestly, and like in terms of types of games, like if you're going to play an online game, you want to be online because you're going online. But if you're playing a single player game or something, it's just like appear offline, play the game.
Well, you appear offline and you just tell people, hey, most of the time when I'm online, I don't show up. If you need something or you want to play a game, shoot me a message. If I'm on, I'll respond.
Yeah, like if I'm okay to play something, but there's no one on right now that I specifically want to play with, I'll just appear online and start a thing up, and people will see I'm playing and jump in if they want to. But it's like if I'm just playing a single player game or if I'm just watching YouTube or something, I'm just going to appear offline. There's no point in being online because like I don't want anyone to talk to me.
Yep.
I don't know. There's been some stuff that I wanted to do too. I don't know. I think just this damn class I've been going to, in which I've started testing, and just there's stuff I want to do. Like I was messing around with making VCDs and stuff for like Sega Saturn, and I thought it'd be really cool is like to do like a compilation disc, like, all right, let's say all these different versions of columns, record some game footage, put it all on like just a compilation disc, put it on a VCD and be like, you want to check a game out, here's a way to check it out, and put some physical media in your hands or something like that, just to screw around like that, and maybe send some copies out to friends that are into Saturn, with the video cards and stuff. And what are you eating, dude? All I see is the little box in the corner of FitNat, and I just see some jowls going up and down.
Yeah, sorry, I'm eating some Oreo thins.
What the Oreo thins?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're just thin
are
Oreos,
we
the
going?
vanilla ones. A lot of people go with like the more filling. I go the opposite direction. I get the thins. There's a really nice crunch, and they're not overbearing in terms of the amount of icing. Plus, Oreos are vegan, so.
You know, I've been changing my diet a lot lately too. I've been eating stir fry like 3 nights a week. Just white rice, stir fry, no like added stuff, just maybe a little meat, some vegetables, and then I just put some Asian oils in it, like some chili oil or garlic oil or whatever, and just cook like that. Don't add salt. And like I can tell now, like I made spaghetti the other night and I used jarred spaghetti sauce. And all that salt, dude, like I could taste it like freaking just like coming out of me. I was like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah, you got to be careful of the salt and the oils. It's like, well, salt, you just don't need added salt all that much. And some stuff's like really bland without it. So if you're going to have a treat, have a treat. Like, I'm not going to try and make a healthy Oreo. Screw you. But,
you know, we made a cake the other night and like that was we haven't been really eating any junk crap because, you know, I'm going back to fire here in April. So I got to like watch what I eat. And it always starts with my diet. So before I start PTing is get my diet in line. Eat a bunch of yogurt, bananas, and, you know, easy digestible foods.
Yeah.
Now that I'm
obviously,
done
my
about that.
suggestion would be to try a vegan diet. But if you're not going to do that,
Nah.
at least try to like limit the meat as much as possible. Because
I would say I'm kind of like getting a little into that a little bit to the point where like I don't want to eat heavy meat anymore. Like I'd rather just eat eggs, you know, to get the protein. But
nah,
I don't know.
No, not just because the vegan
like
thing.
eggs.
That's just a really bad idea.
Eggs, I like eggs. No, I like
whether you
eggs,
like them or not doesn't matter. They're extremely unhealthy.
I don't know about that.
Oh, there's a lot on it. You can look that up.
Yeah, but they can't make up minds on what they want to. It's good for you. It's bad for you. You know, the whites are bad for you. No, they're good for you.
Here's the thing.
Eggs are a double-edged sword, I think.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with that
bad.
Is a lot of the diets do flip-flop on that. And you see articles like butter is back and shit like that, and it's just like
I did see that shit.
Yeah, and taking the vegan equation out of it, it's like you got to think of it this way: what are they trying to sell you? Who's funded this study? Like a lot of those studies, like butter is good for you, eggs are good for you. Is like that's like the egg industry funded studies, and just dairy industry funded stuff. It's like, and it's not to say every single one of those is, but most of them are saying like that stuff's good for you. That is funded. You got to look at the funding there. And they flip flop because it's like people that are saying like, no, actually this shit's really bad for you, probably not funded by it, but they want to sell it to you, so they fund their own studies and try to make it look like shit's healthy. And it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but when you look into it, it's like, Jesus Christ, they are doing that. But it's like, because they're making a shit ton of money off of it. No one, like, in the societies we live in now, like in North America at least, like, we do not need meat or dairy at all, nutritionally. We have so many different sources of food. But it's just everywhere, because that's what sells. And that's what's being marketed. Because you can look at, sorry, I'm going on a bit of a side tangent, but just to finish off here, is I look into this shit a lot. But just as an example of why, like, maybe there's something to that stuff not being healthy, they just updated the Canadian Food Guide. And what happened this time was, I believe it was like they took somewhere along the line of 30 scientists and they gave them 3 years. And they took out all the industry influenced people that like usually like industry people will get in and have like government relations, and they'll be like, okay, here's a little money palming going around to get this stuff mentioned. And they took all that out, and it's like just scientists. You've got 3 years, find the optimal diet, the best diet you can, and they came out with it. It is basically a vegan diet. There's like no meat mentioned at all, barely, and they don't even have a meat category. They have a protein section, which is like beans and other legumes and stuff like that. And they don't mention dairy, or barely do, and they don't have milk as a drink option. They say like make your drink of choice water, and it's like it's mostly plants. That's scientifically 3-year study on that. Just like you cannot get more official than that.
You know, the thing is, it's just, I guess meat's always been like,
it's been a staple.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, hey, no more meat. You know, I mean, that would be hard to push off, and cheese, and you know, like I like cheese. You know, I do eat cheese. Block cheese too, not the processed shit, you know.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna argue that that stuff doesn't taste good. It's a matter of is it good for you or not, and the ethical ramifications and environmental ramifications. Like veganism isn't so much a diet as an ethical stance that extends to diet and environment stuff. Like, because you can eat a plant-based diet and still buy leather. That's not vegan.
I'll tell
You
you
know
what,
what I mean?
dude. Did you were at PR? You didn't go to PRGE, did you?
No, I don't go to any of the shows really.
We went and ate at that Rogue Brewery, dude. That was one of the best burgers I ever had. With cheese. When we go there again, I hope we go there and eat, because I want to eat there again.
I mean, hey, at least you haven't mentioned bacon yet. That's everyone's go-to when you tell them that you're vegan. It's like, oh, bacon, 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 bacon.
I really don't eat a lot of bacon, to be honest with you.
Which is good.
Bacon's good, but
I honestly don't eat a whole ton of beef either. I ate a lot of Italian sausage, and I know that's not good.
Yeah.
I do eat a lot of Italian sausage. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I'll stop going on a tangent on the vegan thing. But just to end that out, it's like if you want to see where I'm coming from on that, the thing that kind of like got me to really think about it finally was that documentary on Netflix called What the Health. So you can look that up if you want to. Yeah. I think there was another thing I was going to go on to, but I just lost it in the middle of that sentence.
That's all right. We had our little dietary talk for once.
Yeah.
Oh, Oz, what are you thinking about for games, dude?
What do you mean?
In the future, what are you looking at getting?
What am I playing or buying?
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Yes.
Yeah. Any Master System stuff I can that I don't have, or good price for complete in box. New stuff. I don't have a Switch. There's nothing on the Xbox or the PlayStation that would really interest me, and I don't have a PlayStation. I just there was, I don't know. There's nothing really that's on my radar other than Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch, which would cause me to get a Switch. Animal Crossing, because the family loves it. So we would all have tons of fun with that. And actually, those are probably, for new games, those are probably the two that are high on my list.
Huh.
Yeah, nothing super exciting, but because Prime 4 is delayed till probably next year.
Yeah, my April 4th, 2024 prediction is getting more realistic by the day.
What's that?
Oh, a bunch of Cartridge Club people like a year or two ago did a bet on what they thought the release date was going to be, and everyone put it in. And it was like, I think the stipulation was like whoever got it like probably closest to that going over type situation would get a copy of the game. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm guessing it, so I'm just going to take a jokey high bet because it's 4, so I did like 4/4/2024. But then they delayed the game, and it's like, well, most of the people are out of the running now. I am one of the few left.
What do you think about what's up with Final Fantasy VII?
What do you mean?
They don't
It's been
remake?
so quiet. Yeah,
With the remake, it's like they're probably still making it. We'll hear about it when we hear about it.
I haven't beat it. I vaguely remember playing it. I've only beat Mystic Quest and Crystal Chronicles, and those aren't even main Final Fantasy games.
I can't even get into Final Fantasy. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it.
Mystic Quest was fun because it didn't take itself too seriously, and it was pretty linear. And Crystal Chronicles was fun. I played a lot with on the GameCube with a friend using the Game Boy Advances, and so using those to control stuff, it was a lot of fun.
So what was that site? Or he was saying SMS Power, right?
SMS Power.
Because like I was looking up the Sega Master System collection off of Sega Retro, and upon closer inspection, Eric clarified for me that like I've been looking at getting Assault City. Well, Assault City is not a American release, but in their listing they had it listed as an American release. So I'm kind of like, you know, a little disappointed that their stuff looks really clean and easy to read, but it's all mixed up now. And it's like, well, I'm trying to find a complete US set, you know, so now, you know, it's a pain in the ass because I mean, the only way I'm gonna be able to figure it out is if somebody has an accurate freaking list of the games, you know.
Where
I gotta be getting close. I gotta be within like 15 games, dude. Because I have 108 right now, and a few of them are European.
I was gonna say there's 114 US released, and I'm at 100 and for games. Even if I got it from PAL, I'm including them that I have games that were released in the US. I gotta have 105, 106.
Because like I made a big push with that last purchase. I got all my card games finally, so I have all my card releases, and I'm up to 107. I'm up to 107, and I know like I think Cyber Shinobi's a European. Secret Command, that'll take that one out of the list. I know there's another one right off. The Marksman Trap, the 3-pack Marksman, Trap Shooting, and Safari. Take that one out of there. And then what's I'm getting to the C's here, man. I'm thinking that, yeah. No, there was another one. There was Laser Ghost.
Laser Ghost, I don't.
Laser Ghost is no, that's a PAL, and then not Laser Ghost, but Space Gun. Space Gun, that's another one.
Not to be confused with Laser Gun or Space Ghost.
No, Space Gun and Laser Ghost are two. So I mean that's about 5 games off of the 107. So maybe 6. So I'm getting there, dude. I'm getting to where I'm probably within about 15 games.
Yeah.
And I know that Buster Douglas is going to be the big one.
I'm not even worried about getting that one.
You know, you could substitute, what is it, World Champion Boxer or something? It's the same game, but it's called something different in the PAL territory.
It looks and plays just like Rocky.
No, Rocky's not Buster Douglas though. The Buster Douglas in European territory is like Championship Boxer or something.
But it's Rocky reskinned. I really think that's all it is. When I was watching Eric's video and he was showing a video of it, I was like, the moves and everything, it looks like they just reskinned them. And so if I could find it cheap, which would be less than $60, I'd probably get it, but I wouldn't pay any more than that for it. Because it's not even that good of a game. Well, neither is Rocky. But Rocky's, now that I can beat Rocky, it's not too bad.
Dude, that's a cool actual site, though. I didn't know this. This
SMS Power.
SMS. Yeah, dude. It has everything pixel for pixel there, dude. Like they're doing global defense and it has the global defense pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
Could you use that on your Twitch? Do you think?
Post it in the chat. And I put a link to the Wikipedia page. You can look through and look at the games that were released in the US from that. That's what I used.
Sure.
I'm glad you picked up that Space Ghost reference there, OZ, a minute ago. That was a little bit of a walk. I had to find a way to work that in.
Oh, what? Oh, Space Ghost and Laser Ghost?
It's Space
Or like it's Laser Ghost and Space Gun, so it's like Laser Gun and Space Ghost.
Yeah. I went a little dyslexic on it probably, but there's also the cartoon Space Ghost.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was referring to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a Hanna-Barbera thing, and DC Comics actually got, or Warner Bros. I should say more accurately, have the rights to all the Hanna-Barbera stuff. So DC Comics has been doing a whole bunch of Hanna-Barbera comics, and Space Ghost is one of them. They also did, sorry to go on like a little bit of a side tangent, but these comics are amazing. They made a Flintstones one into a political satire. That was supposed to be super good, and I bought it, but I haven't read it yet. But they made a Snagglepuss comic. They made a Wacky Races comic, Jetsons. There's Scooby-Doo Apocalypse now. Not Apocalypse Now, but just Scooby Apocalypse. That would be a completely different book, wouldn't it?
Would have been more. We're in Rebel.
Rocky. Whoa, go Rocky.
Oh gosh, Scoobs.
Freaking Fitness just down here like, what? These guys are
No, I get it. I'm thinking of where else to go with that.
You could be Scrappy Doo. Little
People
Scrappy
really
down
hate
there.
Scrappy Doo for some reason. I don't get it.
He got really annoying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He always screwed him over, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't get it in the sense that I kind of just missed that era. I saw like one of the movies with them, but that was about it. And then like I saw the live action movie where he was the villain, which I thought was clever, but
I thought it was funny.
yeah, it was funny. There's a lot of random crap in that movie. That live action one. That was James Gunn made those movies.
Really?
Yeah. And Pee Wee Herman was the guy, like the guy that ran the park in the first one. And there was a straight up just like there were definitely drug jokes in that one. Like there was a woman named Mary Jane in the movie, and Shaggy got a crush on her. And there was a moment where like Fred's soul's been ripped out of him and is floating around, and he's just like, "Oh, Shaggy, I'm having a bad trip, man. Talk me down." It was Freddie Prinze Jr. It's like, that movie is nuts. It may not necessarily be good, but it's fascinating to go back to.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like, you probably did not remember any of that.
I kind of remember the out-of-body experience now, because don't they switch bodies, or is that a
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I'm flipping through one of the DC comics. It's not a Hanna-Barbera one, but I just want to show this one particular comic off. They did a Looney Tunes one where it was like they just teamed up the different Looney Tunes characters with DC characters. And they did one main story that was the Looney Tunes characters and the DC art styles, like the more realistic stuff. They have like a backup story where it's the Looney Tunes character world with the DC characters coming around. So it's like Martian Manhunter and Marvin the Martian is one of them. Wonder Woman meets the Tasmanian Devil for some reason.
What the
hell? Where is this stupid one? There's Jonah Hex and Yosemite Sam. and Foghorn Leghorn in a Western. Harley Quinn is with Gossamer, of all things. Ah, here it is. It's the cover here. Batman and Elmer Fudd. And that is exactly as bonkers as you would think. But here's the title.
Pray for me.
And it's a detective noir. And it's called Play for Me. It's written out all phonetically. I think you can actually get that one issue, the Batman Elmer Fudd one, for $1 on Comixology right now. That would be worth picking up. I got a heavy discount on this, which is why I have the whole thing. But that's just brilliantly stupid. I love it.
Well, it's nice sometimes when they release those little series or whatever, and they're not taking themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can poke fun at ourselves.
I'll throw that comic in the chat if either of you guys want to grab it, just for the sake of it. Because, I mean, it's a digital comic, but it's a book.
That's interesting, dude. Like reading on this, about the releases, OAS.
Mm-hmm.
Like it says, Spider-Man is just the European game with US UPC. Same with Sonic.
Yep.
And then that makes me wonder about eSWAT. I think eSWAT was US only, though. Yeah. That's another one I've seen go up a lot. eSWAT. I could have freaking got that too cheap at one time. Yeah. In the case, and I passed it up, and I'm just like, jeez, you know. Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. I've been seeing people talking a lot about Genesis, like in the Twitch stuff. Like Genesis is getting hot, dude. They're dumping nests and going for Genesis now.
Probably has something to do with the dang it.
Anniversaries coming up, isn't it?
The Mega SG coming out. Because you're gonna be able to play your Genesis games and Master System games with the adapter, and the Game Gear games through the HDMI. It's getting the same analog treatment that the NES and SNES have gotten.
Sorry, I just got to pull up one other thing from that book. But it's in the preview page, so I can screen share it. It's Porky's Bar in that Elmer Fudd issue. And there are the specials.
Hassenpfeffer, banana cream pie, thuffer and thuckatash.
It says, don't settle for roast duck at the
Thuffer
bottom.
and shuckatash. Don't settle for roast duck.
Yeah, stuff amuses me.
Scaring the shit out of me, dude.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Are you scared there, Cody?
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
need
scared.
someone to hold your hand?
But it's like, just getting the Elmer Fudd dialogue. The Elmer Fudd dialogue with the phonetic spelling and like the detective noir type settings. Like, sometimes the weight can come down so hard you forget you have him and Dwy.
I feel horrible.
You know, I did find a couple games today. I put them on layaway with the guy. I got so I don't have any cash right this moment, but I found Mario Party 2 and Donkey Kong Country, the first one. And he's got a whole slew of Game Gear games too. A few that I don't have.
Wasn't there a game where the title was actually the first one? I can't remember what that was. Or was it a movie? Sorry, just side.
I'm trying to
thought.
think.
But it was like it was either a movie or a game where it's like it's the title and then it just says the first one, or it was someone's YouTube video. For all I know, I don't know. Like they were making a joke about it.
I forgot what I was doing. I think I've got Comixology up on my phone. Might go and grab that. Or did I put it on my tablet? I don't remember.
Ideally, tablet, just in terms of reading size.
Yeah, I think I put it on my phone just because I have my phone with me a lot more often than I do my tablet.
Yeah, I have stuff on my phone just for easier access sometimes, so I can set stuff up for later.
What in the world? I'll have to search for that later, but yeah, it's on my phone.
Okay. Anyway, we've been going for over 3 hours at this point.
Oh, wow.
Which is usually just the point at which I check in to see if we're kind of done.
I think I'm just milling around now, to be honest. But
it's probably much later for you guys than it is for me. So like quarter to 10 for me.
It's almost 1.
It's like quarter to. I'm just in Mountain Time Zone, dude.
Which is what hour difference?
Yeah. I actually live I live in driving distance to what's his name? He lives in Banff.
This would go a lot faster if you just said what time it was there.
No, 10:46.
Okay, so
no, I'm talking. I live within driving distance of that one dude who lives in Banff, though.
Yeah, Dean.
Dean.
Don't know why it took a second to think of that.
He was saying he was coming down to the States sometime this spring, and I was thinking about maybe meeting up with them if I'm not gone for work by then.
Yeah, but it's like time difference wise, you're in the middle between me and Oaz. Like 2 hour difference from me.
Oaz is like freaking.
I'm Eastern, so yeah, it's
way down there.
12:40, quarter to 1.
Yeah.
Dude, why would you say gaming's evolved from not being so much a nerdy game to just like obsessive compulsion, compulsive buying?
It depends on if you're a collector or if you're a gamer, I guess.
Yeah, the phrasing of that sentence kind of, I'm not sure what question you're asking. Like that it's gone from more of a nerdy hobby to kind of an obsessive thing you do collection-wise, or if it's become more mainstream. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know how to. What the heck was it I seen? Like,
it's a lot more mainstream now.
You got
quite
the
mainstream,
you
but
got
you know
the
what I mean.
nerdy. You got the guys that are like, obviously still definitely you can tell that they're nerdy. Their pants are usually really dirty, like they wear them over and over, and sit there and drink pop and probably smoke cigarettes and shit. And I've seen those type of guys. I just seen them too, dude. Like I could point them out. I was like on a video, and I was like, dude, that's like that fucking old nerdy style. They don't ever change their clothes or whatever, and they're stinky and shit. You know what I mean, Oaz? Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's just kind of how some people are. They get into their thing and they don't they don't do anything. Like that there are film
some people
like around that. It's like no matter what obsession you get into, there's some people that just dive into that and they just don't keep up socially and they don't wash their shit. They just kind of.
That's it right there. Yep.
They just kind of dwell.
Yep, you get it with sports fans.
Kind of the shut-in type thing.
Yep. Okay, that's what
I guess is how to phrase that. It's like people just don't give a fuck.
Well, you got that level. Then you got like I remember like I will say that PRG was cool because I met this dude people were there for. They said they were only going to be there for one day, and it's like, and they were from California, so it was like, and they look like some business type guy, and the guy I was talking to, I even got notes on. I should send that dude an email, but because he gave me his email, he said I got over 10,000 games, and he was like an older dude, like all clean cut, you know. And I was like, holy shit, you know, and like,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with not being clean cut.
I'm just saying, like, it's just funny to see the different
There's
spectrum.
a lot
of
wrong with the other thing, though.
Honestly, dude, like, there's people like that around the gaming scene that like my buddy, he just bought some shit from a guy who was like that, and you know, the NES was smashed in the top, like somebody got mad at it. No, he got that for like $10, and then you know, this other dude, he was trying to sell games for like real cheap, but you could tell he was kind of scummy, you know, like dirty, you know what I mean? Like just dirty because the shit was dirty, you know? I mean, I'm getting to the point now, it makes me kind of scared to buy shit that's really dirty, you know, because I know I can clean it up, but then again, you don't know what the hell it's been doing. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
what that
there's a
person's
limit.
been doing. Like,
Yep.
my buddy bought this stuff and he gave me a Sega Saturn gun. He gave me a Sega Saturn gun, and it's the actual Sega one, but it smells like nicotine so bad, dude. I just set it on the floor out of the way, away from stuff right now, because it's like, dude, I got to clean that, and that thing stinks. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what
I
you
mean,
do?
it's bad.
Put it in a bag with some cut up apples.
That's a new one.
I've never heard of that.
Well, we had.
I mean, usually people use rice, but whatever you want to do.
Well, we lived in an apartment, and there was a leak above us, and they had to go in and bust out one of our walls. Well, one day, yeah, there was smoke coming out of the wall because somebody above us was smoking, and it was coming through. We cut up a bunch of apples, stuck it in that closet, closed the door, and so it smells like fruit instead of smoke. But it just replaces it. I don't know if it'll work with something that's been basically marinated in it, but if you got some apples, you know, give it a whirl.
Yeah, dude, there was actually, it was funny too, is like I came across the NES one time. I don't even think I have that one. No, I got rid of that one, but it, like you said, marinated in nicotine, the controllers, everything, dude. And it just stunk, dude, so fucking bad. Like I tried to clean it, you know, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this. I ended up selling it to a friend for like just pretty much what I paid for it, just to get it out of my life, because I was like, that thing stinks.
Your problem now.
Well, why do you think so many people put on, hey, it comes from a smoke-free home or environment or whatever? Because it's important. I mean, there was, what was it? We had, someone had made a cake, and you know, first day it was fine. Second day, it tasted like smoke. It was
gross.
Strangest thing. Yeah, it was. Second day, take a bite, put it back in there, spoon. The whole cake went in the garbage.
Gross, dude.
It was just the strangest thing.
You know, and the funny part is I used to smoke when I was younger. I quit shit when I was probably like 28 is about the time I quit, but I was never like, I didn't smoke in the house, and then I wasn't like a super heavy smoker. I would smoke like lights, and then I'd smoke, you know, a pack would last me easily a week. But, you know, just to think of that, it's like, dude, that shit stinks now when you smell it, you know? It's almost like, damn, dude, I'm glad I don't have that habit. I know a lot of people are into those e-cigarettes now too, and it's like, dude, they're just like taking that shit in like water, and it's like, you know, who knows what the hell kind of shit you're gonna hear about that, the side effects from that, you know?
Yep.
Yeah,
Those
15
vape
years.
cigarettes.
yeah. It's like you get the chemicals out from how they wrap the cigarettes and all that. But, like, who knows what other shit's in there? Like, it's supposed to just be like straight nicotine, which isn't great for you anyway. But it's like a step. For some people, it's like a step between full-on cigarettes and quitting. Like the middle step, ideally.
Well, I'm seeing people picking up the habit is
it's the
let's
new
smoke cigarettes, and then I've seen them smoke cigarettes on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the only reason for it. I'm just saying that that's the smart way to go about it.
Yeah. Some people
If you
use
have
it
to use them.
as a step down for quitting smoking because they can sit there and lower the amount of nicotine that they're getting in each.
Yeah,
each
and
amount.
everyone else is an idiot.
Yeah. It's like if you don't have a bad habit like that, why would you want to go and pick it up?
Yeah, it's like it's not cool now just because it tastes like strawberry. It's still shit for you.
I'll tell you what, man. There was a time I thought cigarettes was going out, and to me, I think it's going back up again. I think people are picking up on the style of smoking again harder than before because I've been seeing a lot of people, lighten up again. And for a while there, I noticed it was going down.
In your local area, maybe, but I don't think that's becoming like a trend.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just going to keep taxing it. So.
Yeah, which is really the only way you can get people to stop other than getting rid of it. And getting rid of it's just going to make people pissed.
Well, that's the thing. You still give them the option because they should have that. Because if they want to really avoid it, they can go buy the tobacco and roll the cigarettes themselves.
Yeah,
and it costs a lot less. But if you remove that choice, then people aren't happy with that. They want to have their choice, whether or not we agree with it.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh, Woz, you're up extra late tonight, dude. I'm glad. You might as well just tell the wife I'm doing a 24-hour stream tonight.
No, because I do have to go to work in the morning.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
I got to be at work at 8.
And I just have no interest for going that long.
No, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna do a long one the Friday before my 40th birthday. So
when's that?
June.
I'm not much older than you, Woz. A little bit.
Like June 7th. My birthday's on Sunday. So do a long stream and play try to play 40 Master System games, up to a half hour each.
Dude, you know what was hilarious is like back in the day on Tech TV. You remember that watching Tech TV? Any of you guys cable?
No,
I don't know if that was a thing.
I've never really had cable.
It was like early 2000s, and like I can remember sitting there watching the early video chat sessions like this, and like you would have like the video that would do this, with stutters, and the video would have stutters like that. Yeah, and like there'd be like 3-4 people in there talking, and like they would usually be older, dude. And I'm like, dude, I'm 40. I wonder if I look as cool as those guys did. Do they sound like they actually know what the hell they're talking about?
We certainly don't.
Oh, man. Or were they just going on fucking tangents like this and just got fucking noticed for cable,
Yeah.
You gotta check that out, dude. Check out like Tech TV. Look it up, man. Like that was like, that's where I became like freaking a huge fan of Adam Sessler, and like all of a sudden, I don't know, I was talking to Adam Sessler like through Twitter and shit, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, he just started blocking people, and I was one of the people who got blocked on his shit, and it's just like, what the fuck, dude? I thought we were friends. Well, the thing is like when that Friday the 13th game was coming out and I backed it, I made a video of like one of the counselors. They were showing concept art of the counselors. So I cut his face out and put it on one of the counselors. And I mean, it looked great, dude. Like it looked like he should have been the counselor in the game. And I was like telling the developers, yeah, put Adam Sessler in and make him a character, and like I don't know. I don't know if that freaked him out or what. And like freaking
Yeah, maybe that got received the wrong way. I don't know.
it generated
that might.
Creepy stalker.
Generated a little hype around like he did a promo video with Gun Media like before when the game was announced, and like they were all talking in like I guess the developer's backyard just bullshitting, and one of the guys that starred in one of the Friday the 13th films come up behind Sessler and grabbed him by the neck and kind of just joke around, wrestle with him. And I was all like in the forums like, what the hell, did you see that? Sessler almost got choked out and stuff. And like everybody was like buying into it, like, holy yeah, I seen that, dude. Like Sessler got on there and was like, no, I wasn't really choked out, you know, and like it was ridiculous, man. And like, I don't know. I mean, he was talking still through all that, but I don't know if like, I don't know.
Maybe it's just kind of a mass blog thing. Just
yeah, I mean, from what I understood,
media. I don't know what his situation is right now.
Yeah,
I heard his name recently for some reason. I don't remember.
Well, I heard he was working on a film about a gaming film, and I'd been asking him about it, and like it's just been, you know, I don't know who can see his Twitter. I just know I can't see it. So. Old Sessler. Oh well. I just feel like he was like iconic to me, you know, like for like my interest in gaming and stuff. Like I took his reviews to heart, you know.
Yeah, for a lot of people, like, with X-Play and Game of the Show, right, was one of his things.
And it started with Tech TV though. He was on Tech TV.
Yeah, I didn't really get G4 at the time, so it's just kind of like I kind of missed the Adam Sessler boat.
He's a goofball.
Yeah, I've heard people say nice things about him. It's just I never really crossed paths with his stuff all that much. Anyway, we're going late now, so
yeah, probably a good time to call it.
Yeah, it's 10 here, and I kind of want to go. And it's way later for you guys.
Don't be weak, Fitnat, but good night. Bye, guys.
Yeah, screw you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.